on, come on.
I trust in you.
I believe, say it.
I believe.
You are the God of miracles.
You are the God of miracles.
You are the God of wonder.
You are the God of wonder.
You are the God all powerful.
You are the God all powerful.
I believe, say it.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
Say it, y'all.
I believe. I believe.
Come on, let your feet get heavy. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Somebody make some noise in here. Come on, catch it, Jehovah.
Jehovah,
I trust
I trust
in you.
in you.
Oh, Lord, say it.
Oh Lord, Jehovah, you.
I trust.
I trust in you.
I believe. Say it. Everybody say it.
I believe you.
I trust.
I trust
Come on.
in you. Oh Lord,
Y'all got your part over here.
Jehovah, you.
I can't hear you. Come on, say it. I trust. Say it.
In you.
I believe. Say it.
I believe.
You are the God of miracles.
You are the God of miracles.
You are the God of wonders.
You are the God of
You are the God of powerful.
You are the God of power.
I believe. Say it.
I believe. I believe.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
I believe. I believe.
so long. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. Somebody wave me bye-bye. Somebody wave me bye-bye. You ain't welcome here. You ain't welcome here. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. I can't hear you up there. Somebody raise it up, say. Somebody raise it up, say. Come on, everybody, get your feet happy. Let's go, come on. Where my islanders? Can some of y'all run down here to the front real quick? I gotta know who's in the building. Where my islanders? I need y'all to run down here. Come on, let me see ya. Come on, Jehovah, say it.
Jehovah, you
Say it.
I trust
In you.
in you.
Say it, y'all.
Oh Lord, Jehovah, you
I trust. Say it.
I trust
Show me how to do it, y'all.
in you.
I believe. Say it, say it.
I believe you.
I trust.
I trust
Come on.
in you.
Oh, Lord.
Oh Lord, Jehovah, you
Where y'all at? Come on, come on.
I trust in you.
I believe. Say it.
I believe
You are the God of miracles.
you are the God of miracles.
You are the God of wonder.
You are the God of wonder.
You are the God all powerful.
You are the God of power.
I believe. Say it.
I believe.
I believe. I believe. Say it, y'all. Come on, let your feet get heavy. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Somebody make some noise in here. Come on, catch it, Jehovah.
Jehovah,
I trust
I trust
in you.
in you.
Oh, Lord, say it.
Oh Lord, Jehovah, you
I trust.
I trust in you.
I believe. Say it. Everybody say it.
I believe you.
I trust.
I trust
Come on.
in you. Oh Lord,
Y'all got your part over here. I can't hear you. Come on, say it. I trust. Say it.
in you.
I believe. Say it.
I believe
You are the God of miracles.
you are the God of miracles.
You are the God of wonders.
You are the God of
You are the God of powerful.
You are the God of power.
I believe. Say it. I believe. Say it. Say it. Say it.
I believe. I believe. I believe.
Now everybody get radical for 30 seconds. Come on. Dance on the devil's head. Come on. Come on. Come on. Y'all ain't radical enough over here. Balcony, I can't feel ya. Move your feet. Everybody, let's go. I see you back there. Balcony, y'all gotta come on. Hey, come on. So long, bye-bye.
Sound Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Where my Islanders? Can some of y'all run down here to the front real quick? I gotta know who's in the building. Where my Islanders? I need y'all to run down here. Come on, let me see ya. Come on, Jehovah, say it.
Jehovah, you
Say it.
I trust
In you.
in you.
Say it, y'all.
Oh Lord,
Jehovah.
Jehovah, you
I trust. Say it.
I trust
Show me how to do it, y'all.
in you.
I believe. Say it. Say it.
I believe you.
I trust.
I trust
Come on.
in you.
Oh, Lord.
Oh Lord, Jehovah, you
Where y'all at? Come on. Come on.
I trust in you.
I believe. Say it.
I believe
You are the God of miracles.
you are the God of miracles.
You are the God of wonder.
You are the God of wonder.
You are the God all powerful. I believe. Say it.
I believe.
I believe. I believe. Say it, y'all. Come on, let your feet get heavy. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Somebody make some noise in here. Come on, catch it, Jehovah. I trust
I trust
in you.
in you.
Oh, Lord, say it.
Oh Lord, Jehovah, you
I trust.
I trust in you.
I believe. Say it. Everybody say it.
I believe you.
I trust.
I
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Hey,
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
come on, say it.
Time check.
I can hear you say. I can hear you say. I can hear you say. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my...
It's 26 minutes past your over 6 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. Yours truly, the Pitbull of Radio in studio.
Miracle, say it.
I must say a pleasant good morning to those of you that are locked on to us on Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT YouTube, Corridor Transformation, Workers' Rights Platform, all of you. A pleasant good morning to you.
Say it. I believe. Say it, say it. I believe. I believe, say it. Say it, y'all.
How was your weekend? What's on your front burner this morning? Yes, what's on your front burner?
So long, hey, so long, yeah, so long.
Yes, yes.
My trouble, goodbye to my pain, y'all. Somebody wave me bye-bye. Somebody wave me bye-bye. You ain't welcome here.
Well, I heard this week here is a short week. I have Thursday and Friday holidays.
Goodbye to my pain, y'all. I can't hear you up there.
How you all navigating that?
Somebody raise it up, say, you are the God of miracles, hey.
What's the latest? Other than Parliament was fiery, boy.
God of wonders.
I ain't gonna lie, you know who take the cake in Parliament?
I have upon you. For you
Ella, and ding, bell ring. Man, that man mash them up. That what we talking about.
Come on, everybody, get your feet happy. Let's go. Come on. Where my islanders? Can some of y'all run down here to the front real quick? I gotta know who's in the building. Where my islanders? I need y'all to run down here. Come on, let me see you. Come on, Jehovah, say it. Jehovah, you. Say it.
I trust
In you.
in you,
Say it, y'all.
oh
Jehovah.
Lord, Jehovah, you.
I trust. Say it.
I trust
Show me how to do it, y'all.
in you.
I believe. Say it. Say it.
I believe you.
I trust.
I trust
Come on.
in you,
Oh, Lord.
oh Lord,
Come on.
Jehovah, you.
Where y'all at? Come on. Come on.
I trust in you.
I believe. Say it.
I believe
You are the God of miracles.
you are the God of miracles.
You are the God of wonder.
You are the God of wonder.
You are the God all powerful. I believe. Say it. I believe. I believe. Say it, y'all. Come on, let your feet get heavy. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Somebody make some noise in here. Come on, catch it, Jehovah. Jehovah, I trust in you. Oh Lord, say it. Jehovah, you. I trust. I believe. Say it. Everybody say it. I trust. Come on.
Well, already Sunday's papers, these Sundays, was saying outrage over the video of the murdered woman posted online. They say not everything
Please say it.
is for social media.
You are the God
That's the 20-year-old Diego Martin woman.
of miracles. You are the God of wonders.
Savannah Dyer. And we would like to know because people online was really and truly trying to solve the murder to see who is the closest and who was the last set of people that was with this girl Savannah Dyer. Because they're watching wear the same dress in which she was found and chained on her neck, which she was found murdered in the grass in Carson Field. You see moments before that people was comparing and all right. Look, earlier one day, right? Look, there was in the car there. Look, she takes something in the car there. All right, all right. Look, she takes something in the party. You know, so it was on social media. So people trying to track and see if they could investigate how this murder went down, because most people are saying it had to be somebody that is close to her. Whether it's a girlfriend, whether it's a boyfriend, whether it's a what. What went wrong? Was she a victim of rape attempt? If it was so, well then the clothes would have been bust up and thing because she fight up and whatever, and then it's boom blow to head. Remember, she got blow to head. Well, they didn't say bullets or bullet to head. It's a blow to head. So I would really and truly like to know what's your thoughts on that whole issue. That's what I would like to know. What's your thoughts? Nice. Let me take the first call. On that issue of Savannah Dyer. Hold it. I just hooking up the Bluetooth here. That's what we talking about. It's nice. Just hooking up the Bluetooth to take your calls on 366 and 3053. We'll take your WhatsApp voice notes and your WhatsApp calls too. And to also take your calls on 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. So again, 225 the landline, 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. What's on your front burner while we scrape through the headliners? And one of the things that was making headliners was Parliament last week there, Friday, and the death, the murder of the Miss Dyer, young 20-year-old girl from Dego Martin, where social media was doing investigation work. So what's your thoughts while I go through the rest? Good morning. Yes, good morning, caller.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning to you, Mickie, Lennox, and to everybody out here. Andy, no, we have to draw the line somewhere, right? I think what disturbed everybody is that they didn't block certain parts of the body. I think that is what disturbed everybody. Nobody say no, because we have seen several corpse, right? And but they could have been, whoever posted it could have been a little more, respectful.
I see the face block.
A little more respectful.
I see the most important thing that's supposed to be blocked is the face.
But the first,
so you could get back online.
you think that was the first important thing that should have been blocked, Andy?
No, that the woman was get banned for. The part where she wasn't naked, she have on she panty. Plain talk bad man. She have on she panty. So that is not really offense.
Yeah, but it's the position. No, it's the position the body was in.
Oh.
You understand the position that the body was in? Yeah. They could have blocked it, right? They could have been a little more respectful. But I think after pictures coming up after, I think they did it. But the first set that we saw, she was the way the position the body was in, right? They could have been a little more respectful of the corpse. Right, and I think that is what got not so much that they posted the body, but it's the respect, because look at the situation that she was done in already, right? And they could have been a little more respectful. At least
They
that's
could have
how
blocked the
I
face.
look at
They
it
could
when
have
I
blocked the
saw it.
face. They could have blocked the face and the panty. They could have blocked that. They're just them two.
Both places they could have blocked.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something, the position that she was in, it left nothing to the imagination. Right? Let's put it. We are big people here talking. And I hope you being blocked me for that. We are just saying it.
No,
You
no,
understand?
no.
It left nothing to the imagination. Right? The position that the body was in. The first set of pictures that I don't know if, that after when it keep coming up in my feed, I keep rejecting it because I didn't want to see anything again. Because in my opinion, they could have had a little more respect for the body and block both places. Block it. Yeah, even if you wanted to show off it, but block the rest of her body. Be a little more respectful. Now, Andy, I want to commend this morning Clyde Elder. That man was in flight for
That was
his
the best. He
maiden
was the best.
speech. He was, he was in flight, especially for his maiden speech. And you know you're going to find people pogging him and laughing at him or whatever, but no, he was really, really good. And I heard him speak when we went to the march. You remember when the unions were marching from south to Port of Spain, right? And well, some of us couldn't make the march, but we met them on the promenade, right? And then they gathered there and they were addressing the crowd. Well, I was among the crowd there. And you remember when you all walked down the Eastern Main Road and the school children came out and it was rain all here and Heinz said that was a Photoshop and what sort of crap. Anyway, I heard him talking there that day. And when I heard him, he said that getting rid of the PNM. Now, this is years ago. This is years ago. Getting rid of the PNM that doesn't mean that we're going to support the UNC. And when I heard him in Parliament there on Friday, Andy, I had to give him a standing ovation in my house. I had to give him a standing ovation. You understand? I still look at it from one extreme to the next. And look at it, it was UNC that put him in Parliament, right? And look at how he really, really did a great job. He did a great job. And to the Communication Workers Union, all their distance, all their self from him when he said that he was going up for the UNC in the elections. How do you all feel now? Don't you all feel a sense of pride to see how he stood up in that parliament, a first-time contributor, and how well he spoke? He was really, really good. And let's deal with the opposition now. Penny, I keep calling Penny, I see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, weak belly opposition leader. They say Kamala was weak, Kamala was sleeping, right? What is Penny doing now? Imagine Penny did not debate even with the TTRA, even with the Children's Life Fund. I think she was afraid of Jagdeep Singh. Right? And she did not debate it. That he and the speaker is the next one I have to commend as well, right? For putting Marvin Gonzalez, Dolly, Imbut, and Keith Scotland in their places. He made them look like he packed them down and he put them in a corner. Especially Scotland. I don't know who Scotland feel that he think he is. Right? Coming to play, you're giving a half-baked duck apology. No, he told him, you apologize and you don't repeat what it is you're apologizing for. They had no choice. Dolly come up now with a foolish self talking about UNC had supported children's marriage. Well, he made her apologize one time for that. UNC never supported child's marriage. But what they failed to realize, she did not talk about the Romeo clause that the UNC wanted to put in. And just in case something happened, right? Something happened that these two young people can get married. That is not child's marriage. But I want to know now, in the 10 years that PNM was there, what did they do about statutory rape? They did nothing about statutory rape. And statutory rape, it is on the books as an offense. You hear? Well, Imbert will soon face the Privileges Committee because he lied. He outright lied in Parliament. And with his haughty, hoggish, arrogant attitude, he feels that he know everything and talking about, oh, they knew what they said, they knew what that. But Imbert, you were new at it and you messed it up. You messed it up. You knew nothing about the economy. And Tanko is more of an expert in economy than you. So when all you want to come, well, to me, it was a good start, right? The speaker showed them, yes, he was a little bit, he showed them, look, I'm not biased. I'm going to give way to whatever thing. But I know that is not going to last going down the line, because when they want to rake up nonsense and talk a whole set of who shot John, right, they will get put in the place. And before I leave, I want to tell Keith Rowley, you were a rotten gut lying lunatic in office for 9 years, 7 months, and 28 days. Or could have been less in the days, right? You lied your way into Parliament in 2015, and you continue with the lies. You come to say that Mrs. Prasad Bissessar lied on you about the merit list. Everybody heard about what you did with the merit list. You took the merit list from Blissy Prasad. You took it. You intercepted the merit list. And you waited months. Every time Mrs. Prasad Bissessar, when she threatened and say, if they don't say who it is, I am going to expose it. And then you came out and you said you did it. So don't come now with no lies, half-truths, and innuendos for your followers, right? The crayfish posse and them to follow and say, no, he didn't do it. You did it. So lying, you lied then, oh God, make restitution now. Make restitution, you're in the departure lounge. Stop the lying. We fed up of all your lies. But you know what? We all know about him now. So he can say what he want. Nobody takes him on. Nobody has give him any respect, just like we not give him any respect. Right? So they can carry on. We have a speaker there that is going to deal with them, and we have speakers in the house, right? That are going to deal with them. And they can laugh at Roger Alexander how much they want. At least he sung better than Sukai. He sung better than Eddie Hart, Alicia Hospitalis, and Eulalie James, and a whole set of them. Right? Especially Macaroni Pie Man.
He sung better than Lennox Smith too. He sung better than Lennox Smith too. And Lennox is an educator.
The man sung real good.
Exactly.
It's just, he make a little falter with a name that with some word. Who does he? And Kadisha to tell him, don't take them on, you continue. You continue, yes, sir. And I'm telling you this one, you continue, you don't take them on. And I know practice is going to make perfect. And you did very well for moving that motion with the Commissioner of Police. And the thanks for listening to me. I know I covered a lot of ground this morning.
Explain the motion he moved there for the public now. What is the motion?
For the Commissioner of Police, for us to have a Commissioner of Police. He moved the motion, and thankfully it was passed by everybody. They had no abstinence, no objection, or anything.
So the two people.
And they passed. We have a new Commissioner of Police now, right? So I just hope, Andy, I wish him well, and I hope that he go there and do a good job. Thanks a lot, Andy. You take care and have a good one.
So the Pekin Maestra and the next fella.
The Guevara. I can't remember his name.
Right, but the Guevara man, he's the Commissioner. Maestra is the deputy.
He is the Commissioner of Police. Yes, he's now our new Commissioner of Police.
Okay, so the next man gone, right? The next man, the PNM man gone.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Benjamin. Well, he not there. Yeah, he's no acting or thing. But I know for a fact that they voted for Guerra, I call him Guerra, to be the Commissioner of Police. So at least all who saying that the government is not doing anything, 4 bills were passed, Andy. 4 bills were passed, and they closed off, I think, about 1:30 Saturday morning. And then people want to say, wait, is they doing? They're not doing anything. For the Children's Authority, with the Children's Life Fund, that was passed as well. And that is important to help the children of our country. Unlike what it is the PNM did to them. Every child will stand a chance to get help from the Children's Life Fund.
Boy, I was so happy about that one, boy. What?
Yeah, Yeah.
So now it's mandatory.
Yeah, because I mean, Andy, you know, yes,
Mm-hmm.
you know firsthand what it is you went through. And I know a lot of people personally what it is they went through to get money for the Children's Life Fund.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because it started with they were getting the help under Glenn Ramadar Singh and all those people. And then when the government changed, it was real hell. Real hell. Let's hope now they don't get that kind. No, I don't think, because the Minister of Health now, who is a real doctor, will step in now and do what it is that they have to do. Yeah. A real doctor, Andy.
Yeah.
A real doctor, not no fake doctor. All right, darling. Take care and have a good one later.
All right. Oh boy. I forget what that fella name, man. The fella with the long time he was in the launch in Lennox Smith launch. He had long hair. I show you maybe listening, and you have them old time record player, small old time record player. Whatever his name again, you have our old time record player. So tell me. Oh, call me, boy, call me. Send me a message. The person must know. They always there calling me, I think from sending them the union. Always there advocating for the union and all them things. I find again calling me since we went them to sit down library and point 14, boy. You know who I'm talking about. We did do a live video by Lennox Smith Day with a video recorder, and he want to organize, and when we finally running one of the things that we could supply be quite a people who still is use records. Is billing records. Hey, send my text. You're sure you know what I'm talking about. And Mr. Rampy soon, I'm looking for you too. You're locked on and listening.
Good morning, Andy. Listen to this good for nothing Minister Mako, Marsha Walker, on what she has to say about Kamala.
Yesterday, the Prime Minister was absent from the post-cabinet press conference. And that's fine, because this particular government has been saying that, she's very good at delegating. She doesn't need to micromanage. She doesn't need to be there. However, she has instructed her ministers to stay in their lane.
Yes, you're good for nothing, Marsha. Minister Mako in Kamala business. Kamala wasn't there on Thursday, but she sent she relevant ministers to answer question, but that ain't good enough for you at all. Eh? You have to bump your gum and mash up your mouth over the woman. You really hate that woman with a passion, boy. But on Friday, the opposition leader, Penny, wasn't there in the parliament. Nobody see she. Two bills have to be debated, and not a single sight of she. Where she was? She didn't debate no bill? Eh? Where she was, Marsha Walker? You can bump your gum with she. She's part of the government too. You waste our time. We wait. You'll get what coming to you, you know. All our wickedness you're doing, it's going to come for you. Wait and you go see. What goes around comes around. They call it karma, not Kamla, eh? So you go get it. Have a good day, Andy. Good morning, Andy. Let me congratulate the Prime Minister on piloting that Children Life Fund, right? And for improving it with regards to adding at least 24 other sicknesses into the fund to get support. But you see this wicked PNM, they come and question. That waste our time, boy. You shouldn't even be a parent. Questioning the minister having all the autonomy to grant funding to anybody that you want. I have no problem with that because you see earlier, everything for always a means test. Already people trying to suffer and die with means test. You understand? Plenty children lost their life under earlier for the 10 years because they couldn't get their cent to go and get assistance with this children life fund. Or they use it like a political football. And the thing is, or they put a cent in it, you know. But or they committed question. Or they rock out or they say, dolly or earlier. Wicked to children. How much children dead under this PNM government? Or they evil to children. You understand? So hats off to the Prime Minister because he had a child there. The child get the life fund. And when the child dead, you know, a little baby miracle. And only leave that child to dead. Wicked is this PNM boy. Andy, have a good day, man. Good morning, Andy. Last week, Friday, Roger Alexander made a maiden speech in Parliament. But the poor fella, he had things mixed up a little bit, right? So he didn't talk as he's supposed to talk. But you see these wicked PNM like that fake pastor, right? And the next one, Bhakti Tora, all these wicked people. Or they're going to take the man presentation, put it up on Facebook, and laughing at the man and saying he should be out of Parliament. But he in the right place. Or you would never see where that man reach, right? He in Parliament and all you outside. Or they go wish to be there. Or they waste our time, eat our food PNM. Or they eating our food at taxpayers' expense and food and all the people that never supporting all you. Or they should be ashamed to drag a man like that through the mud. Especially a black man like that, who making a maiden speech, and he go improve in time, you know, right? He go improve. He was just a little nervous, and he had problems talking. But he go improve, but Oreo never see the light of day again in this country to get all the money he was getting. Oreo's too big stinking waste of time.
Morning, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Mr. Pitbull, good morning. Calling from Claxton Bay.
Hey, Claxton Bay, a pleasant good morning to you. What's your contribution this morning? Ramki Soon.
Well, my contribution is by Clyde Elder, boy. He was on fire, boy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the man was on fire. I like him. The man can handle himself. And most of all, I'm impressed with the Children's Life Fund and all the bill that they wanted to pass. I mean, we passed it with ease. We didn't have no difficulties in passing it. Congratulations to the Honorable Kamla Prasad, sister. Okay.
Yes, boy, Claxton Bay. Thanks. Anything else you would like to add to the fund burner? Anything else you would like to talk about?
Well, I must congratulate all the ministers because I see they're working very hard all over the night. Khadija, all of them sharing out food stuffs. That is great job, man. Great job. You never see that before. Okay, so you all have a blessed day.
You too, my brother. Clarkson Bay, thanks so much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Just making sure we put everything in place, trials and errors. Nice, nice. Well, I want to make sure that's safe, my brother. Yeah, all right. Morning caller, where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Hi, Andy. Good morning. I'm calling from Petty Valley. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Andy, Friday for the first time, the very first time, I watched Parliament. And it was great. I listened to the speakers, I listened to the Attorney General, and he talked about white-collar crime and what they're going to do. I am asking the Attorney General this morning, the first person you have to take is Faris Harari. Faris Harari took our money, paid a man to get 2 men jail. After 5 years of telling me how much corrupt she was, you did not have the evidence. You had to pay a man to do that. You understand? And what can you say about Clyde Elder? I mean, that man was great. He was great. The PNM, they still have up the hotline?
Ha! Well, I doubt the PNM go have the hotline. The man say, where the hotline for the petroleum workers? Where the hotline for me? Where the hotline for this? Where the hotline in the COVID? Where the hotline? Boy.
But when people call the hotline, all they wanted to hear is from the 29th of April. They don't want to hear nothing about Petrotron. They don't want to hear nothing about nobody else. All they wanted to hear is that they're people. But I realized why they're so interested in CPEP, because CPEP is the backbone of PNM. You understand? And last thing, last week Thursday, the Prime Minister was still sitting in the cabinet meeting, and all kind of things the Guardian newspaper published. You know, Penelope Bettles did not say a word in Parliament Friday. 3 bills over was debated, and not one word from Perry. As a matter of fact, she left the Parliament before the sitting was over. So Kamala old, and Kamala spent how much hours? 12 hours, how much hours in the Parliament? And Penelope Beckles and the other bag of money won. They left the Parliament. Thank you.
Andy, good morning. Andy, I heard Kendrick called last Friday and he said things that was not true. And Kendrick, if you don't know, do not say. you give bad information last week. So you need to do your research.
Who Kenrick? Kenrick Passad? You gotta let me know in Orlando. No, that in Orlando. That oh God. Yeah, it's Orlando. Yeah, who Kenrick are talking about? Kenrick Passad? Oh boy. Let me just take this call and continue that voice note. Morning caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Everything is nice. This is Miss Brooklyn.
Hey, Miss Brooklyn, a pleasant good morning to you.
Yes, I said Father's Day and everything for you all this. So they're listening a little because still I get to know them and how you call it. So what is was the answer? I didn't really listen what is the thing, but if I said the right thing, don't ignore us. I'm just a little good morning to everybody in the whole wide world. Blessings. It's a blessing day.
Yes.
Everything will be all right in the name of Jesus. Everything will be all right in Jesus. Jesus sent us a secret answer to wake us up this morning. That is important. Nobody can do it for we beside in Jesus. In the name of Jesus, right? Love you all.
Nice.
Love you was coming from Miss Angie.
Yes, Miss Brooklyn. Morning to you too.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Andy, good morning. Andy, I heard Kendrick called last Friday and he said things that was not true. And Kendrick, if you don't know, do not say. You give bad information last week. So you need to do your research, Kendrick, when you're calling. He said something about green cards, and the green card people do not travel. Andy, my wife and I came back Saturday, and I met a friend. Well, not really a friend. I made a friend in the airport while we were traveling. And the guy flew, he have a green card, and he flew with the same airline with us. And Andy, he came through, we flew to America. And we went to the citizen, and he went with the green card line. And Andy, he get through before us. He was waiting on us to say hello because he was going to a different part. And we were going to a different place. And Andy, there was no problem. He said the fella didn't ask you nothing about question. He just said where you went, how long you went for, what you bring back. That's all the guy asked him. And not a problem. So Andy, what Kendrick called, tell Kendrick, when he do not know something, do not say it. You're going to give bad information about green card people. And that's false. And don't try to scare the people who have the green card and traveling. The guys that have permanent green cards, the people who have a problem. So Kendrick, do not give bad information, my friend. Do your research, stop driving, do your research, and then call the station, okay? Because you sound like a fool when you say that, and then make people look bad. So Kendrick, research, my friend. There's no problem of the language. Problem with people who have the permanent green card. They can travel any part of the world. They can even go to Trinidad, stay a bloody month, 2 months, and come back. There's not a problem. The guy stayed for 1 month, and he had no problem. So Kendrick, do your research, my friend. You do make good contribution and stop talking kakalo, false, okay? You make the people who have the green card scared. Stop being a fool. Okay, Kendrick? Later. Bye.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Hey, Kendrick, what's that? Orlando is saying that you had people scared, man. He say you're talking data, man. Hey, Kendrick. What part of America you driving right now, man? He say that you must stop driving and do your research. He say you travel with someone, man, Kendrick. He say and you are just scared, you are scaring people. And what you say is not true, Kendrick. You have to clear the air. You have to apologize to the people that hold on green card, Kendrick. Carwell green card holders in Trinidad fighting, Kenrick. Man, Kenrick. Yeah, let me say a pleasant good morning to all of those who look on to us and Gael, Trinidad and Tobago, Gael, the Caribbean. A pleasant good morning to each and every one of you, the Gael family. Good morning to you, Gael.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Morning, gentlemen. A wonderful Monday morning to you all. I hope you have a nice week ahead. I'll have 2 holidays too. You know, there's a saying, God works in mysterious ways, his wonders to perform. I know I really truly believe in that after the debate on Friday in Parliament. You see, Imbert had to win a seat to be in Parliament in opposition, to sit down there and to listen to all the lies he had been saying to the population, to expose him, and he was exposed by Clyde Elder when he was the BRI woman, Ram Kisoon, right? They fire her, and she had to carry him to court, and then him would jump up and say, sub judice, you can't repeat, say that in Parliament because it is in court still, and Elder had to come and say and read it out, what the papers had said, that the case had come to end and the woman had won a case. You see how the lies upon lies will be exposed very easily in Parliament because of the wickedness of this PNM. And I'm happy that Imbert want to sit now, that he will stay there and the country will hear and see all the lies that he had been prevailing in this country because of Imbert and all the wrongdoings. So he had to be in Parliament, and we know God moving in a mysterious way. And there's only more to come, not only with him, but all the other members in that opposition. And if they can account for it, something has to be done. And Kamala will know what to do, right? As he said too also, that the Minister of Finance has the authority by law to go into central bank. So if they feel they're getting away, that man Haley was covering all the time for PNM. No way he will say, all will be revealed in time. Just give it a matter of time, the population, and you'll see what we were losing over this last 10 years and being victimized and being cheated by this unscrupulous PNM government. Gentlemen, have a nice day and a nice week ahead. Bye-bye, thank you.
Kenrick! Man, like you come out that truck, man. You had a green card holder scared, Kenrick. Kenrick, why you not calling to clear the air in that, Kenrick? Man. We wait till Kenrick, man. Yeah. Morning, caller.
Yeah, morning to the Gong Report. Morning to the Gong Report. To everyone on the Gong Report.
Morning to you, caller. Where you calling from and what's your contribution?
Yes, morning from the east.
Morning? East.
From Arima. From Arima.
Nice, Arima. Yes. Make your contribution, my brother.
Pleasant morning to you all. To you, Mighty Kerr and Lennox Smith. What I want to say, right? I want Imbert to tell the country, where did he get money to build that Twin Towers in Shogunas? For the little time he was Prime Minister in Finance. Where did you get that money to build that Twin Towers in Shogunas? And I want him to tell the country what he do is alleged that the money comes up, for the 6 billion, 3 billion and 6 billion, and lying and the Auditor General. Come and tell the country where that money that you say that they make a mistake. You understand? There are plenty of questions to answer. All of them in the opposition have real questions to answer.
Now, but I'm glad in Parliament. The Twin Towers was always there. So what I want to know is where they get the money to finish off one and start
Shogona.
Shogona and start the next one. But I will agree. But I will agree with that, because it was an eyesore there. It really was an eyesore there. But we still want to know where they get that money and how much it costs to finish finish that place there, because we know in the earlies, what we did here is the initial contractor that get all the money for them 2 Twin Tower. And it was just up hanging up there. So, yeah, that is a good one.
Yes.
We want to know where they get the money and how much it costs we to bring it to that stage at this point in time.
And I want Keith Rowley to remember he's the king of all liars in this country. So Ruby and Kamala and the government right now, because when he was in power, he was not listening to nobody. He was embarrassing, disrespecting everybody, don't like nobody. So leave the UNC alone. Right now, this UNC will bring back this country back to how it was before. Keith Rowley, you're guilty of everything you say, right? You're guilty. So don't come around against this government. We want to isolate PNM out of office, isolate them out of power. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Good morning again, Andy, Mickie, Lennox, and to everybody out there. She macroing so much that she am macroing good. The minister macroing so much that she didn't see the camera was still in or she didn't hear. She didn't hear when they said the camera was still the prime minister is still at the cabinet meeting, and she sent out those ministers to conduct the press conference. She didn't hear that one. I guess she's not doing it. She better get a new binoculars, because the one she have apparently not working good for her. She's not a very good corner house, Marco. I don't know what is wrong with her. But according to the other voice noter, she had nothing to say about Penny not being there. But no, everything is Kamala. That woman needs help. She better join some anonymous group to get the help. Because that babbling, that Bible she reading, it not helping her. Thanks a lot, Andy.
Morning, Andy. Mickie, Lennox, everybody. Yes, Marsha Walker, that woman take a walk over the sea and put a brick around your neck now. Marsha Walker, fed up here, you're sickening. Nobody knew you, nobody knew your name. It's Mrs. Besessa, our Prime Minister, who made you known by putting you to go up for the Diego Martin area. Now, I don't know what is the big idea that you gave Mrs. Besessa. You are, I think you have no problem with you. Some friend of yours who had man problems and you went to her for help and you figure she should have helped you with that. That is all a personal business. Leave our Prime Minister out of that, our leader. Only form your own party and go. You know what? You'll keep getting legs for the time until all they disappear. You all have a good day.
What God day? So it's some man problem, Marsha Walker have there, that why you ain't my good friend saying that? I'm a good friend, Santa Cruz number 2, you know. Oh God. So she acting up. Off of a pass hurt, some girl, one of she girlfriends gone with she man. Oh God! Well, I don't know. That was my good friend, they say Marsha Walker is the minister of Mako Kamala Prasad Besessa business. Oh my God. I know, boy, like everybody getting it today. Yeah. They say Kenrick Prasad, how all them green card holders frightened belly walking them. Where the hell is this? Let me continue this thing there. Let me hear this next voice. No day, boy. Wait, let me take a call again there first. Morning caller, where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning, gentlemen. Calling from the Barrackport here.
All right, the Barrackport, pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Pleasant good morning and happy belated Father's Day, man.
Yes, thanks so much.
Andy, what Friday? Because I listen to every boy that I went to a movie for the longest while that I was so drawn to, because listen to what I heard Friday. Boy, it make me so angry. It make me ask the little part of the map that read right now. If these people listen and understand what was said in Parliament, and let me tell you something, this is just a part of the issue, you know. It has much, much more to come. And the thing about it, this, what is being said in the Parliament and what have been revealed, isn't like the set of nonsense that dunce Rowley used to come and talk about a box of money and for all you know how much money could fit in a carrot box. This is serious, serious information that have documentation to back up that these people was stealing the taxpayers' money in every opportunity, every department that they govern. They thief taxpayers' money by the billions of dollars. And the fact of the matter is the people who supported and voted for these people is the people who in the worst condition in the country. And if them only understand the amount of money that these people pilfer out from the treasury and the condition and the lives they had to endure for the last 10 years, and they went and voted back for the PNM, something has to be wrong with these people. Something definitely has to be wrong with these people. And it still have the idiots on them. We're talking about, oh, PNM great, PNM great. What's wrong with people in this country, boy? And then, you know, every time, like it's a murder or a robbery taking place in the country, you would see these idiots talking. So I thought when UNC win, everybody win. How it still are murders? Like if 10 years of the governance of Rowley, when they come out of power, everybody got just drop their lifestyle and what they was living off of and just be priests and pundit. These people doted should have just buy. Let me tell you something. And this whole scenario, let me tell you something. If people don't get locked up in this country, if assets don't be seized and some sort of litigation transpire that it sell out and go back into the treasury to benefit this country. You see me? I never, ever, ever get involved in politics. I never supported no politician in my life again. Who do what they want, do what they want. Because if this scenario that has been revealed doesn't bring people in front of the courts and doesn't put silver bracelets on people's hands, I done. I want nothing to do with anything where politics something is convinced. And if any way possible, I could get my hand on some kind of way to make money in this country, to hell with integrity and decency and compassion and doing the right thing again. Because let me tell you something, for where we are today in this country, and for the kind of things these people for 10 years did to this country, told people, I used to see people lining up nearly for miles, waiting for hamper and thinking that they're getting something from the government. And to know is billions and billions of dollars just waste, not waste, well, just pilfered out of the treasury and went in the people's pockets. And then idiots and them would say great is the PNM and red and ready and all kind of stupidness. And used to be complaining about UNC and the opposition and all these kind of things. It has nobody, no other politician would come and go in that Red House and be as how this Prime Minister we have here to do what she is doing. And if we don't take this opportunity to straighten out Trinidad and Tobago and politics from what is taking place now, we would never, ever, ever get the opportunity to do it again. So every citizen in this country, even the ones that are dumb and dotish that support the PNM, should realize where our future lies now. And we have this golden opportunity, this divine intervention of this Prime Minister, this honorable Prime Minister, that come and telling us and revealing what was taking place in this country. And we must support her in every way possible. If we have to give our lives to support this lady, to make sure that there's a future left for Trinidad and Tobago. And don't allow what we are hearing to go unscathed and make it become just like another rum shop talk. Well then, Trinidad and Tobago doomed. And we have to make sure that we are there to protect our Prime Minister, because the revelations of what is taking place would have serious implications, and a lot of people would be doing a lot of things to try to harm her. Trinidad and Tobago, rally, become patriots, and save this country, because we must and we have to demand that the PNM don't ever see political office again in Trinidad and Tobago. Have a good morning, gentlemen. Take care.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Technology, man, technology. Hey, let me say a pleasant good morning to Dave and Deborah. Good morning to you all, and I must thank you all for the real stream. Let me thank Newbie for doing a very great job. Also doing a very great job, Newbie, in filtering and using the technology whereby putting various words as no words where it would not show up. Remember, our chat is live on Gael, Trinidad and Tobago, Gael, the Caribbean. So you all will realize it have certain words that you would not see, and then you will see, or you will also realize the live people, the people only were live. When coming to all you wouldn't see the rest of them people. So meaning, Miss Arima and all of them only talking to not on the live where everybody's seen here. So it come like the contribution is redundant. Whatever they're saying, whether that's the cursing, whether the whatever, I just always just filter out totally when it coming to live stream, when it coming to on the program, they're filtered out. But all you who will see them, but we wouldn't see them. They are totally filtered out. The people that will want to write up any kind of nonsense that can give us trouble. And by the meanwhile, while we are operating here, we are filtering words as we speak. Various words as we speak. As no, when you're writing on the chat here, on this chat here. Hey, let me say good morning to Jesse. Good morning to you. Rambo Ali, good morning. Hey, boy. Joanne, good morning to you. 007, Grace. Good morning to you, Grace. Jill Monroe, a pleasant good morning to you. Hey, Gloria Scholar, good morning. Budram John, a pleasant good morning to you. All of you that are locked on. Hey, Timothy Roberts, good morning. Hey, Sabati, good morning to you. Hey, Jason Mitchell, good morning. Grace, good morning. All of you. So don't worry about some of the people that that you all will be seeing. But their contribution is irrelevant. Because I not seen it. Their contribution, I not seen it. Because I just only went, and nobody in Gal is seeing it. Only them seeing them. And some of you all will. But well, only the all who on the Workers' Right platform will see it. The rest is seeing it. That's how stupid some of them is. When they would have been on the real stream, where all the YouTube channels would have been seeing their contribution. All the Facebooks would have been seeing their contribution. Now it's only them, wherever they are, whatever social media platform they're on, that platform alone seeing them. Not even I seeing them. Not for the morning yet, me see Arima yet. And plenty of the others. And she could be saying all kind of thing right now, and me know me thing because I can't see. Why seeing is what you're seeing right here in front of me here? This is what I'm seeing right in front here. Like I see that Naz Ali. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Naz Ali on Facebook. Yes, yes. And Mr. Ali, a pleasant good morning. I seen George Ramdin on Facebook here too, Jill Monroe on YouTube. I seen poor, humble, and polite pastor DW South. So this is all right. We're in front here is YDC, which is every platform in one. So unfortunately, Arima and all of them who want to give trouble and don't want to organize and understand, they had to have behavior when it comes to what they were putting up, because the platform is live on Guile and it have rules that have to be obeyed by that. Hey, Ozzy, Osman, Ozzy, send my message, Ozzy. I want to communicate with you. Just send my message on that was he from oh God, I wonder if that was he from OWTU. That OWTU Ozzy? Ozzy? If that OWTU Ozzy, just say yeah and just send my message there on 366-3053. 366-3053. If it's Ozzy from OWTU, just say hey, Ozzy from OWTU on WhatsApp. They're from there now. I want to talk to you. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you. But what I also want from you, Lennox Smith, is the fella with his he was by you. You know what fella talking about, man? He have a record. He have a oh Lord. Record them long time record thing small player. He here lay long in the yeah.
Yeah. A former student of MLIU, yeah.
Right.
I know the guy.
Right. But you know he real deep in the union thing, always talking about the union.
Yeah.
Right. Send me your number then, please. It's important.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
it has some things that I want to put together as soon as possible. I want to see if that is you or see that I'm talking about. Let me take a call by the time they quick. Morning caller.
Morning.
Yes, morning caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Well, Andy, Felix boy. Here, listen. You know my condition. I listened to this parliament debate on Friday from the time it started, from 1:30 until probably about, I don't know when I get a short eye in the night. But when I do get up, was around 11 o'clock. And the TV is still on, and I say, but like them people still in the parliament, when I watch, I see what is live. And I can't remember who was now finishing their contribution, but the closing argument is when the finance minister stand up to give his contribution. And you know, he asked for where's the leader of the opposition? Somebody jump up and said that she leave there since 8 o'clock in the night. So I want to know if them people representing people, they go there to make a mockery of things. Yeah? Because you representing people and you getting up and leaving and nobody nowhere gone. This dolly woman, all of them, like them, but me know where Raleigh get the pack of fools from, no? Yeah. And next thing, though, I would like to congratulate Mr. Barpo for all his stinging contribution over the years. Because that man will foresee things just like me, because the same thing I say about PNM since 1976. Yeah. they may care for nobody, but they sell.
Lennox, send me the number here because I real important. You send me that fella number. What tell you? I want to organize an interview, Elder. That one I need to. I want to go into that fella bad. So don't forget, send me that number. Yeah, go ahead.
And
yeah, man.
Yeah. Next thing again, when the Benjamin woman from Birmingham, when she become the Minister of Culture and thing, you know who these post set up people I seen going on meet this woman. I want to know what is going on there because it the president of Trinbago. And when all was on the next station, remember you know some panmen calling and complaining about what they do and they get a new building down on Rising Road and all kind of thing. They may know how that place up and they give Trinbago to start up a business, and that was for the young citizens people and them who was involved in PAN, so they could have an earnings and they could develop the PAN fraternity and they could develop themselves and things. If they have, if Manning especially have continued with that thing, what a brilliant monument we have today. They was earmarked for things like gas station and hotel and all kind of things. I could access to that because I was in Trinbago. I know about that. Yeah. Potoya and Owen Serrett and Smith, Lennox cousin, and him Smith, all of them was fighting for that, and him Smith come and pass out while they were drafting out that. Yeah.
Nice.
And imagine this Tobagonian man, I know was fighting for, and we got Tobagonian who I hear went against that. Nah, them are like people. All right, thanks.
All right.
Bang, 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 bang.
Don't forget to send that number, it's important. So long as I get that number, Lennox Smith. So long as I get that number, I'll be able to get the two Labre and Point 14. Remember, we did interview them. And I have the numbers already, but I don't know where the hell I have it. But I need to just get back that fella. So as long as I get that fella number.
I sent it.
Nice.
I sent it.
Nice. Yes. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Good morning to you as well, my friend. But of course, and whilst we did it before, I could say now, of course, in the post, of course, a belated Father's Day. I trust that everything was fine and that it was incident-free. Like mine, I did more, of course, deepening my and fine-tuning my proposal with respect, of course, to what I would like for in terms of my role in the government, and I did, in fact. An arrangement was made for a meeting on Tuesday at 9 o'clock, so I'll be here until minutes to 9 with the relevant minister, as of course.
I want to ask you about that, you know.
By the Prime Minister. I don't want to mention
Lennox,
anymore, except, of course, to say that.
Lennox, hold on. I had to ask you about.
Yes.
I had to ask you about. Hey, Pedro, just a minute. Pedro.
Hello.
Yeah,
hello.
Yeah, you're live. You want to do for me? Oh gosh, I got to unhook you. Send me back both Elder and oh God,
Ernesto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was studying the information. I was studying
both numbers.
The numbers on the meeting.
Yeah, both numbers. I want to talk to Elder this morning. Elder, Maiden Run was a boss boy. What's me?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh God, boy, Pedro boy.
For real.
The man, what's me?
Yeah.
Oh God. But
definitely executed well.
Send me the two numbers there back there one time. With their names and everything.
Right,
cool. Send me like where they do the other day when we did interview them and thing day before the elections.
Yeah, wonderful. I'll do that.
All right. But while you're on, any contributions, my brother? We ain't talk so long. What's going on? What you're happy about something? You're vexed about anything? What's disgusting you about the former government? What have you feeling good about the present government? Did you organize and get those record deals with this small back in time record little player? I know. Talk to me, Pedro, before we go there. Talk to me.
Yeah, but so far the union said that they will talk further about the refinery, the oil refinery, and about the pension plan for on Labor Day. Because Labor Day is the 19th of June, so they'll be celebrated. It'll be like a celebration, and they'll be having performances by Kurt Allen and Karen Ashe, and also the Young King winner, Squeezy Rankin, and other Calypsonians and so on. So it'll be a celebration, people celebrating the victory.
Make sure for Labor Day. All the other chucking there from my boy from Pointer, from Toko. Oh God, Mr. Famous. Remember that man, real. Yeah, we had to pay Mr. Famous. Do that for me now. Let me pay Mr. Famous. I go tell him that you want to come down the road Labor Day. Bring something fame for me, man. The man real stuff.
I'll pass it on to Ozzy.
Yeah, because all we do, he never get paid nothing, you know. The man do all we do, he never get a cent, nothing, whatever. Right, so it's just pay money Labor Day chat now, man. Talk to Ozzy now. And send more Ozzy. Is Ozzy Warrell? Where is his name again? Ozzy what?
Ozzy Warwick.
Warwick. Send more Ozzy Warwick number 2.
Yes. Yeah. I was sending a clip too where the unions spoke about the refinery, but the other business conglomerate, and they say they're going for international funding and all that. So I was sending that clip. That is an exciting thing. That is really positive.
Right, but the last thing
other things that they asked me for too.
Yes, but the last thing we saw about the refinery is that they had said if all is well, that the refinery could be up and running within a year. And then a next report came out stating, well, it looked like it has some problems. So, but up to now, we ain't hear the union or the government or nobody address what is the problems. Because we would have been expecting, well, all right, the refinery could be up and running within a... Man, I gotta talk to I will talk to talk to Elder when I call him then. He might have an idea. Or I will call Emester. I'll call Emester.
Yeah.
So after that one, I'll call him. Yeah.
It has been closed for 7 years, so you have to do due diligence. You don't want to end up like the Kwan. You want to do due diligence and make sure that everything in order and stuff like that. And it may not be open, it might open parts.
And it's not going to be able to give you an idea, man. He going to be able to give you an idea.
Yeah.
Where that we so far. So calling those two gentlemen, Point. Labyrinth Point today. We will interview Labyrinth Point today. So do me a favor. Try to get onto them on the load quick and tell them, look out for a call from the ground report from 8 o'clock. So I want to take them in the 8 o'clock hour.
Right? I'll try. You know these guys in Parliament now, I'll try. Yeah, and before I leave, remember the refinery is not like a light switcher, put on a switch it on like that. It's not like that. It's very complicated and all that, and I want to be safe.
Right, but
you want to be safe and make sure everything.
But we still need
and
to
get the information that we need. Yes.
Right, but we still need to get a report. We still need to get, because remember we get one report already that it could be open. So all is well, it could be open within a year. And then I think the next report. And then I think we never get no report after that. Any report come out after that, they ain't tell me nothing about that after. The only thing we get now is from you saying that they're looking for foreign money or however, investors or whatever.
Yeah, foreign investment. So I will send that clip with you, and the others things that they're asking for. And in Labor Day, you'll get full report concerning the refinery. Labor Day, they're doing that.
Right.
Giving out further reports on it and all that.
And same Ozzy number, I go back to get this boy a label. This fella,
yes,
so
nice.
He had tunes otherwise,
nice,
and he know how to mix it down anyhow.
Definitely. Okay, brother.
Because if Karen Ashe there, and I hear Karen Ashe is a PNM, you know. The only person there is not a PNM there. Kurt Allen sing a good thing. Remember he sing a good thing they go on here. How we go again? Where is it tune he sing again? Before you pack your boy, that was a good thing. But Karen Ashe and all them rest of them did PNM, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so
she was talking national, what do you call it? National development.
She does only stay there because she does only stay there because she don't want nobody to realize she's a PNM. She's a PNM. Anything PNM having or the Calypso tent and there's always pick she. Don't get tapped with all of them. They always PNM, you know. Oh.
All right, Papa.
All right. Yes, my brother Lennox Smith. Now we're going to Lennox Smith, Trinidad and Tobago. Well, I saw cutting a ribbon. I say too that you get that big building. You know, it's about a big building. They don't buy citrus growers down there. So that's supposed to be a school or something there. So I say, well, they will organize and put a building like that in your hand now to have a big school. You know, funded by the government or what. So they said that the office in which you are there is the foundation based on bringing in names and all those various things. And then after that, they said that they'll be granting you that school, eh?
Well, let me say that discussions are taking place. I don't.
But what is the name of that big school you're talking? What is the name of the school you're talking about? Not a school, but a place.
Yeah, the Laventil Technology and Continuing Education Center.
And that closed right now, right? And that closed down right now.
Well, I'm not certain it is supposed to be functioning, but you know, over the years, it has been, of course, start and go. You know, untoward incidents would have taken place right at the entrance, as well as some persons would have died there, and so on, of course. And that was something that I predicted.
Now, but we go set up nice. But here I want Lennox. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that place.
Of the government, of the PNM government,
right,
they didn't want to listen, and as a consequence, the whole thing turned to be. You remember, I was the person who identified that
but just now, Lennox,
as a possible training facility. And of course, as soon as the PNM got into office, they did their own thing, and of course, it turned out to be
bad.
What I consider to be contrary to what, of course, it was intended to be.
Right, but Lennox,
that is typical of the PNM. Anything they touch, it turns to, of course, danger.
It goes through. But Lennox,
go ahead.
Yeah, what I was watching with that building there and how big it is, I was watching for students that are not academically inclined, for we to get back some trade school kind of scenes where you're like how the LMILO had it, where you could be qualified, that you're getting that level of trade qualifications. Also watching that there, but within the vicinity of Laventil and Environs East-West Corridor, as the school that them children will get suspended from school could attend on the basis of, let me say, rehabilitation or however it go. No, but then you ain't gonna want them joining with them. So, all right. That is a straight school, and we had something like a boot camp where it is they could organize and pass on laws and thing, and lock up some of them menace and them as children, where the parents lead them astray, and ain't organize and watch the puppies and them properly at all.
Yeah, well, let me tell you this. Of course, the proposals are in place. I want to tell you that. I'm not going to say much more until, of course, I have authorities so to do, and based on the discussions and the negotiations. What I can tell you, however, is that the model that the MLIO model, the qualification of a student. You wouldn't believe this, and this is probably might be news to the population, that one of the qualifications is that you are either engaged or have the potential to engage in crime. I mean, and that speaks volumes. That speaks for itself. So in other words, that student, that target population really will not see his or her way to enter Serval, for example, because Serval students will still have, of course, the influence and the dominance maybe of parents or somebody, but we are talking about individuals who have, of course, been so ill-disciplined.
All right, so we're saying, Lennox Smith,
difficult
I want to catch on
the normal school system to accommodate them. And I think that is right up my alley, right up, of course, the MLIO type of programs, and we are seeing that unfolding almost on a daily basis.
All right, so Lennox, wait, remember, I don't understand, so the rest of people go understand.
So therefore
Lennox,
there is a
wait, I don't understand for the people go understand.
Like
Just now, you can't move too fast. Because if me understand it, have a lot of people would not be understanding neither. Right,
go ahead.
So what we're saying is that the normal school system, where like you talk about Serval and all those various things, where it have a criteria where they cannot, so long as you engage in crime, or you get suspended and them kind of gang thing or whatever, you cannot enter those schools, including the rest of government schools. So your system,
among other among other things, yes.
Among other things. So your system will be accommodating
those
for
kind
those kind.
of individuals. Yes. That category of individual, if you want to call it that. Yes, and it has always
All
been
right.
so.
And what will make them now cool down in your system? Because now it's a bag of vagabonds, a bad boys and bad girls. We're beating people, children, beating people, sons and daughters, and all them bacchanal thing. So it's a bag of uneducated, stupid children that didn't grow up properly because them parents lack maybe to, because them and all maybe grow up stupid too. Remember, straight talk we talking, right? How you and your system will be able to reform them, and that end up a bagger with all these brains and bad children that only on gun, smoking weed, beating people children, thieving. Because remember, it's all the necessary. It's how who go be beating the parents and be going there, that is beat the parents. It's how who discuss the mother and father going there. Right? Until the courthouse and all might start to send some of them there. That's how we go. What in your system? Wait.
In fact, it was so and is so.
Right.
Yeah. The court will recommend that child go to institutions such as MLIO. Yeah.
Right. So what's in your system, right? That will reform those children if they don't, because that the punishment day. If they don't have a next level of discipline, unless it is when they go there, if they're playing the fool still, based on recommendations by teachers and whatever, that it have legislations passed where who want to go YTC because they're just bad. They're just remember, it must have a level of other punishment, because what make you Superman that when they reach there, they're gonna listen to you, and it are teachers there that they won't wait out there to threaten some of the teachers. Oh, you don't come wrong me, you know. Make sure you give me a good report, you know. Anytime you make me get locked up, I come in for your family and them kind of thing. What talking here making sense, you know, because that way go, you know. Because they will feel now, because you have a whole bunch of them there now. How your system going and deal, your school system going and deal with that?
Well, part of what you have said there in terms of the negatives have in fact been the experience, but I want to say too that experience is the best teacher. Now, what will normally happen is that the difference between this and any system is one, that the language we use, it cannot be used when we have to use it at times. It cannot be used in the normal system. That's the first thing. The second thing is that we get every single member of the immediate and wider community involved, and we do it in a particular way. For example, it was very effective when we sent every year, of course, scholarships to the village councils and all of the civil society institutions in the immediate community. Remember, this was, of course, a strictly Laventille initiative. I suppose what we're going to be talking about now is a national rollout.
Yeah, because you know it. It has to be a national rollout.
Let me keep it Laventille. Yeah, let me keep it Laventille. So even the so-called bad boys or the head of the gangs, which of course is part and parcel of the let's say the intelligence study of the institutions, to know who is who, and therefore what we would do is send, of course, to them as well, to recommend 2 or 3 persons to maybe possible students in the school. Because remember, the school, depending on the size of the building, etc., and the staff, etc., we can take a certain amount every year or every semester, as the case may be. So that is the first aspect of it. The second thing is that it is critical that the parents play a part in the child, whether the child is 15, 16, 17, 18, nearing 20. Sometimes we have them up to about 21, and we have had 1 or 2 of them up to 25 years of age. Once we believe that they need additional, of course, training or support. But in order to get the parents involved on a consistent basis, and I'm talking here from experience, when we started off, of course, around 1984, and the NAR administration came into government in 1986, almost every month we had Mr. Robinson himself, the Prime Minister, in fact, visiting the facility. First, it was a novel development. In fact, I want to tell you that the day on which
I gotta be straight.
Yeah.
What you talking about is back then MLIO. The crime situation wasn't how it is. The children wasn't how they are today now. It are no ifs about small baby. They are more intelligent. They are more versatile. Don't tell me nothing about a system back then that used to work. It must have a system that had to work now. We understand? Up to now, we ain't tell we how your school going to deal with these delinquent children.
If you would wait,
Right.
you will get the gist of it, because I'm a very methodological person. So you would forgive me if I have not reached the crescendo that you would like me to reach.
But don't carry the people and them saying they lost in weight. They're running, and they want to hear the way I'm reaching nitty-gritty. Because they know all arrests we're talking, they know all arrests.
Yes.
We know all arrests and how successful MLIO was.
Let me tell you that the whole question of home invasion, that was something I presented to the National Security Council back, I think, in 2009, thereabout, undermining. History is important, so you cannot just pick up yourself and say this will work when it was never tried and tested. That is asinine. So let me take my time and discuss this matter, because this matter is crucial, and you cannot don't have try and tested methodologies and just say you're gonna like a bull in a china shop just decide to do things when in fact it may or may not
but
work.
they're moving with their parents, they're moving with their teachers,
so
like a bull in a china shop, because it's dangerous strain you're talking about.
How we were able to get the parents involved? Very, very simple methodologies. I being, of course, I operated in the formal education system in terms of primary school, so I have a fair idea, and therefore I was able to bring that experience to the program in terms of adjusting for youths such as these. And what we did, when the matriculation period comes, that is to say, when we register in students, or we call them candidates, what will happen is that one of the criteria is whether or not you will need social support for that young man or young woman. Now, in a community where most of these young people come from, that is critical. We knew that. And therefore, once they say yes, and all of them would say yes, then we have an arrangement with the Ministry of Social Development to send a check for that child every month. But the parents gets it. What happens there? We use that as leverage. I mean, that is part of the secret, but I can share that now. We use that as leverage so that if the child goes beyond what is expected, or the parent doesn't attend the parent-teachers sessions and so on, we take them off the system.
Oh, you lost the check.
Parent from our experience
want to lose that money.
To get off of that. They don't want to lose that.
Yeah, that money. Yeah.
So invariably, we were able, therefore, to get the home to pay attention to that young man or woman. The school will now do its part, and inside of the school itself, we have something what is called rich and rewarding experiences. What does that mean? It means that almost every other day or every week, we get somebody of importance to come into the program, whether it's an ambassador, whether it's the president of the country, whether it's the prime minister, whether a ministers of government, etc., if merely to visit. And what that does is, of course, enhance their prestige and their their sense of importance, so that they will tell us after these people leave the compound, listen, I only used to see these people on TV, or you know, and I could never believe them would have been in my presence, and you know, and you feel it, but of course our job is to tell them, listen, they ain't come here because of Mr. Smith, you know, or any one of the members of the staff. They come because of you. You are important. And then, so you understand the pattern of
all right, you went there, because I don't know what to see.
Will be centered around initiatives like that, making they themselves
very important.
Manage the school system. Every Friday we will have what is called community activity session. I remember very distinctly when we had a program on persons, pipers and so on. And what we did, we lift the whole school. Every Friday we'll have that. We lift the whole school and we carry them up what is called Bola Trace in Laventil there, and we show them a house. Obviously, you could see it was beautiful and so on, but the toilets missing, the windows missing, etc., the roof missing, and we will tell him, listen, this man was a man working on the wharf as a foreman, and because of cocaine, this is what has happened. This is what's going to happen to you. So you have very practical experiences and exposure, which you cannot, because of other regulatory and other factors, you cannot have in the government-run institutions. So see, so that the experiences will be quite different, and the exposure to the students will be quite different, drastically different from what you will have in the traditional, let's say, government oriented, with of course the trade unions, etc., coming up in the rear in order to make certain that certain standards are met. So it's an unorthodox way of course training these people, and you have to do it simply because they are different.
Nice.
Let's not waste time.
Right, yeah. Lennox Smith.
And so many of them, let me say, many of them, we have not had 100%. I want to say that, but I believe that if you save one, you would have saved, you would have done justice. But of course, we had over 6,000 of them saved. One ended up, of course, in the United Kingdom Air Force. Many of them ended up in the police service, in the army, of course, and in the prison system, and of course, very, very proud. Many of them set up their own businesses and so on. In this particular case, let me just say one thing before I conclude, because I know we can't take the whole day with this. I want to tell you that what we want to add, if we are successful, we want to add a credit union to the school, attach a credit union to the school. Every member will be a credit union member. Every school graduate will be a credit union member, and when they would have left school, whether they
stick by
able to facilitate them.
Nice.
Because of course we will know them, as opposed to going to another institution providing the same thing, but you had to bring this and that, and of course they want to tell you the color of your underwear and all that before you could get some kind of assistance. So that's the kind of direction that we are going.
Nice.
That I want to
nice.
Nice.
Let's oversell. Let's leave the rest. Yeah. Oh boy, because we don't want to get stale.
So I could talk from now until next year.
Nice. Well, Trinidad and Tobago, what's on your front burner? Well, you all heard, which I really and truly see the minister, Philip Alexander, them are cutting the thing there and whatever, and I say very good. And this is a field that my co-hosts have always been in and have run as a very, very successful program like this with MLIO, but all you know how I am, I being straightforward. You understand? To show, because this is the question. I will ask him the questions I know plenty of you want to ask. Because all I ask is what plenty of you saying. And Mr. Coins 100, mind your damn business. What's going on between me and Lennox and how I question Lennox, that is it. And there's about the talk. I just talk in a way very rough. There's about the talk. So you want to talk? Hi.
Yeah, well, I want to confirm people that there is no animosity after, of course, the program is finished. We back to normal. But this is to maintain the integrity of the program, one. And I think critical questions are very important in present time, and therefore transparency and accountability comes up in these matters, and we have to demonstrate that what we are talking about we know, and that we can, of course, So it's a certified the veracity thereof.
Exactly. Well, still, there's someone that's talking about. Let me talk to Coin, say how he might think he might want me to talk. But I can't talk like this for too long, I go choke. Hi, Coins, 100. How are you calling now, Coins? Yes, Coins calling. You like how we're talking so fair? Yes, Coins. Man, Coins, the hell with you. There's somebody that's talk, leave me with my damn voice, man. Nice, so let me take some calls now.
And if anyone out there want to question me on these matters, feel free so to do as part of your own concerns. Because, of course, it is a concern in the national community, the violence that are taking place in and out of the schools among, of course, young people. Remember to be conscious, be aware that 14,000 of young people, 40,000 young people will be concluding their natural school life, their secondary school life in July. And that will, of course, meet the 14,000 last year and the year before and the year before. So the problem logically will not be solved or would be exacerbated by the numbers that are getting out there, including, of course, those persons who would have been given trouble in the system during the course of their educational experience in the formal system.
Nice. Oh boy, morning caller, where you calling from and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Hey, morning Andy, morning Lennox. I don't know if I missed this, but Lennox, the time frame for this, for the student coming, will it be like up to 18 years or is it for 18 and beyond? Is it like just for school children or beyond 18?
Yeah, you start with those who would have left school. So normally you leave school around 16, 17. So yes, preferably. But of course, we have a situation where there are those who are in the system, and whilst legally they ought to be in the formal system, but because of their behavior and other factors, and of course they may be before the court as well. And we have had many situations where the court would have referred these students to our facility. So we are flexible in that regard.
Okay, that's all I wanted to find out. The time frame, if it's like 1 year, 2 years, as they reach 18, like they put them out. Like some places now, when they reach 18, they throw them out. So I don't know if it's beyond 18.
I like how you mentioned that, and why I like how you mentioned that there. This now will bring back a great question, because only again, anybody calling, only comment only from Brunei, don't mind how we're going back to Lennox Smith's own, which is very important, because if we don't deal with those children that growing up, they are really and truly unprotected or unguarded or unsupervised or unloved by their parents and things to based on situations such as poverty, and parents are at work and then making that time to really spend time with the children. You mentioned something real important there, 18. Right? So Lennox Smith, you mentioned 18, but remember by law too, the government will give money to the parent for that child up to the 18. Right? And remember you're using that money that dangling there because they really basis the child. They go in the PTA meetings because they don't want to lose the money. It is what it is. Because if somebody have an interest in the children, they will always say interest in the children. Money or no money. But only give an incentive to make sure that these parents pay particular attention to their children, which is if you only give them an interest, which is only give them a little something, the parent. When the 18 years, Lennox Smith, you have to listen here, let them people call it back. When the 18...
Yeah, go ahead.
When the child reach 18 years as this caller, and he online still, reach, the money had to done. How now you're going and keep that child within the program and the parents continue to keep interested when they're going to lose the money by the child reach 18 years old. And
beautiful. No, beautiful question.
Right, and wait, one more, and it's two full questions. And you realize he mentioned to the child's age, and by 18 or when you say thing, would it be that you all will be not throwing out nobody when they reach 18, and that their graduating and coming out the system will be based on their improvement? So if it is the improvement takes them at 20 years old, you all will carry them till the 20 years old, till they improve. And what would be the limit if a child taking so damn long to improve too, and using that as an excuse to stay within the system, because they get comfortable and they're holding room for others when it's time that they need to go out there in the real world? How that was going to be dealt with, because the caller still is on.
In my brief introduction, I did say that we had clients or students up to age 25, and of course, you would have recognized built into that is that when we are not satisfied that that person would have completed the course or make the behavioral change that would have been required, then of course we keep them for a further semester, as the case may be. But of course he talked about.
But then when is the lock off time? When is the lock off time? Let me say keep them
with that of the Ministry of Social Development. Well, two things happens here. One, we have a special arrangement with the Ministry of Social Development to take, of course, the welfare aspect. Once they are in school, then it means that therefore that age issue will not be triggered. But just in case it does, in the new dispensation, for example, we would have had partnering with, of course, what we call a mentoring system. For example, I went to Washington. I lectured at the American University on the behest of Professor Bennett. I don't think he's still there, but of course, what we did there was to get their students, who of course would be children of the political directorate in the United States, because it's Washington University we are talking about. While I'm not saying that will be the case now, we may have to utilize a similar system, but the point I am making is that what we have is that every student will now be mentored or would be associated with somebody there, and they will sponsor every student in the system. That's what we had, yeah. So when we went up to the United States, people who have, and we laid our case, we will present, of course, the students and so on, and they will correspond. We don't get involved after. It may be that we have to get involved in this let's say iteration, but of course, once of course it is accepted by the government. I'm giving a little too much, but
all right. But listen. Somebody raised an important point. Somebody now raised a very important point, and I technically agree, but I agree with the system if it is you are part of it. But I agree with this 100%. Sorry to Lennox, but those children should be housed like how police and army does have to stay in barrack 24/7. A waste of taxpayers' money to me, and which is technically what this person is talking about is boot camp. I believe in boot camp, where you're not going back out to be spoiled. You go to school, but when you go back out there on the road with your peers, and you can still get things. So I believe that you're supposed to throw in that as a boot camp, where the government will give places where the children and them could sleep in. It had to be a boot camp sometime, I believe. I don't think you'll get much reform out of that compared to if all of them had to go boot camp the day. Soldiers and all day, and everybody day. Get up in the morning, left, right, push-ups. Hey, do this work. Hey, and then there's schooling and trade and thing. So why it is you don't bring it in too? That is a very good idea. You have the proven track record with MLIO, however it go. But this is a new dispensation of piranhas as children at Hadi. There's nuclear bomb. That's Iran and that China. The children and like the spices had them. Like the one to just ball Arab bar and just kill everybody. They're hot, they're beating the look. I hear a child killing mother sometime this weekend here and all. So Lennox, what about that aspect in talking to the government, whereby you working in conjunction with the boot camps? Because I believe in the boot camps more than, yeah, where it is. You go in, that come like Lennox Smith, listen to what I'm saying here, that come like smoking. Yes, a smoke. Yes, a smoker. Listen. Or yes, an alcoholic.
You're talking like if I oppose, you're predicting or you're anticipating that I oppose.
All
I'm not opposed.
All right, but let me show you.
Not opposed.
That come like
you don't have to go further.
All right, but wait. No, you see, I need to go further so the people know who listening will understand what I'm saying too. That come like a smoker, a drug addict, or an alcoholic. When you go to rehab, one of the significant things that they show you is don't be around anyway that it have smoking or alcohol if it's alcoholic. Remember, if they come into your school and then they leave in there to go back around those rogues, it's not like you spend it up in mud, they can be rehabilitated. Some will get away, who's strong. But we won't get them in its majority. And I believe with the boot camps, we will get those children reformed in its majority. And then coming from the boot camps, private sector will watch at them in a better way to start to employ them from the boot camp to get a job one time based on what they learn in trade or so. What do you think about that? But you see that part where they just coming and leaving back? I ain't believing that at all. Because they just coming in, get cleaned up, and going back out and get spoiled.
One time that I am not opposed, and secondly, that there was at one time what was called the youth camps, and that is something that you are alluding to, of course, and in the Laventille context, I can tell you that there were many young people because you didn't have the common entrance in the way that you had now. I should say you had the common entrance, but you didn't have the C exam as you have now, or everybody going to a secondary school. So what would have normally happened is that the boot camp became so essential to a young person's expectations after they would have left the primary system, for example, because they didn't have enough space in the secondary system for them, as is the case now. And they will literally quiet themselves and yearn, or should I say expected, that they will get, of course, called into the youth camps. But unfortunately, why MLIU had to fill in the gap is because that program was either closed down for whatever reason, maybe the expense, etc., and therefore we had to find an alternative. So the community found an alternative. But if you're reverting to that, I have no difficulty with that at all. Let me make it very clear. And I'm not saying that what we are doing is superior, but what we have done is able to fill the gap, because that was existing. It was discontinued for whatever reason, and as a consequence, we had to, of course, move into the vacuum that was created. Because no matter what, those young people are there. Those young people will be part and parcel of your society and your system. So whether you call it boot camp or otherwise, but of course, I know that the boot camp idea was, of course, bandied about by the PNM administration, particularly under Manning, and it was resisted by the religious and human rights elements and so on. And for one reason or another, because some people believe that it must not be mandatory, but certainly if
we had to have it mandatory. We had to have it mandatory. And what is nice enough, Smith?
Wait. Yeah. Mandatory for everybody, because they're saying that this is a democracy and everybody, and of course those well-to-do parts of the society are saying my child doesn't deserve to be in that, because of course I can afford to pay to make sure that he stays on the straight and narrow, etc. So that is a kind of
aspect
a complicated
football,
but I am still in agreement that you should have, of course, such a program once the government is prepared to fund it. Once, of course, it meets, and of course, the affordability of the government. But one of the factors I know that the youth camp were closed down was because of funding. Now you would notice
but just
that the program, just the MLIO model, is cost effective because they don't have the government doesn't have to fund the teachers per se. They do not have to fund, of course, because we are tapping into what already exists.
Yeah,
For
but Lennox Smith,
social
Lennox
development.
Smith, don't go down the road with money on this. Yeah, why? We have a lost generation, 2 lost or 3 lost generations, partner. The country would not get that change and we wouldn't be able to get them back. We have to pour the money. Billions was thrown away by the PNM. And every day we have that boot camp, the boot camps, well, and we have a big army that doing nothing. Well, a regiment that doing nothing. It wouldn't take much money to put together places where children have to, where those children camps where it have beds, this, that, and the proper structure in place, just like the Children's Authority, to make sure, well, yes, because many people come up with the negatives of it. Hey, well, the children them day, well, they rather the girls separate the boys, obviously. Well, this is the negatives, this is the, and if we keep going down that road, we will never deal with this lost generation. And the only way we could deal with this next generation in bringing discipline where they don't have because the parents didn't have it, because the parents is a part of the lost generation too, and it will keep growing and growing, and we have to put on with foot somewhere or the other. It's boot camp. We have no choice. Well, the religious organizations and them, I will say, all straight out. If they commit any stupid talk about, well, it must be going in there on their own volition, and it must be something forced, and all them various things. Hey, the time for that kind of talk from the religious organization that didn't care one thing about them anyhow. Because I find every time we had to put down with foot to get something done, some stupid people, like the religious organizations and various people, and I wouldn't put water in my mouth, to stand up for the right thing. Just like all the religious organizations and them stayed quiet and didn't stand up to a rogue government called the PNM that was constitutionally breaching our rights, that was wicked to we, that Rowley was buffing and being very disrespectful to women. Where was that religious organization then? But to now, reform the 2-3 lost generation that we need to get back because the crime situation will keep on. The school violence will keep on. And then we need people be trained properly when it coming to trade that can't take the book work. So, and we have a government that I believe to have that vision. I been straight, I heard with my own 2 years, our defense minister, Mr. Wayne Sturge, and minister in the Ministry of Homeland Security, well, Mr. Wayne Sturge again, because he's in the 2 ministries. I see him like thumbs up for boot camp. I understand. And nowadays we have that other minister thinking on that line. And I also heard him talk about he believe in children having to serve in the army. From now, in order for we to take back that lost generation, that man is one of the greatest in Trinidad and Tobago criminal lawyer. So he will know, because of dealing with all those various criminal elements, what is needed. So we cannot afford, just like how we make other countries say we can't hang because human rights this, human rights that, and plenty people that are supposed to be hanged, the day just languishing on taxpayers' money and not being hanged. We can't let nothing stop us from changing our country and making it what we wanted, because nothing don't stop America from doing what they have to do. England and all of them doing what them have to do to make the changes to their country accordingly. So I hope you understand that definitely if you can push towards boot camp and MLIO play a major role working alongside the army them there, look how much of them doing nothing. Some of them no trade. We get teachers to go in and do what they have to do and let them live in. Let me what it is they're going for the university education and university students around the University of West Indies. Young children, and they decided to be renting and staying in domains and all them things. So what happened? So I hope you take the drift for that. And wait, before you think, caller, you're still on. What do you think before Lennox answer? because you make this conversation go in this direction.
Yeah, well, I was glad you brought up that question because I was now going to ask about the MyLad program, because the MyLad program is where I think it's voluntary and some they mandatory that they go to the MyLad program and get trained. And by the same soldiers and them with the MyLad program, and they do the same trade, they go to school the same way, and then they but I think that's for 2 years, and then they come out. So I think that what you brought up, Andy, was an excellent idea, that it's like a boot camp, and they get some of these children, especially, now it had to be in a category, yeah, because you can't put everybody, you know, because some people might just need a little thing, and where the bad ones, yeah, them could stay in. Some might just need a little fixing. They ain't that bad, but they need a little fixing. So we need somebody or a committee or somebody to say, okay, this child have to stay in, where this child, we will leave them to come in every day. Remember, as you say, is if government funding, you have to balance it now. So if where the child could go home and come back safe, and it's not a problem child, we have a community to evaluate each child that goes into the program. That will be very, very the bad children. Well, we know them how to stay in, but where there's a little problem, but they could go home and come back safe. And it's not a problem to the society. And I think that is a way to go. You have a committee to evaluate each child, so it wouldn't. So it'll be better then. And less on the government too, that you have to pay for everything, and
but does it worth it? Remember, the government will have to put money, real money. But I believe it's worth it,
Yeah.
Do you believe it's worth it?
Yeah. We need
Simple.
We need some changes. We need to have some kind of change somewhere along the line, and not just leaving it helter skelter for the society to be going down. At the end of the day, Andy, we can't depend on saying the police had to do this, and the police had to look for these criminals, and we had to try some way, somehow to
reform those kids, those old generations.
Yeah. All right, man, Andy.
Thank you, caller, for bringing up that, man. And I'm glad that Lennox cut this thing over the weekend, last week, Friday or so. I'm glad for that, too, because we went to have a conversation like this. And it will also broaden his thinking and all, because I want him to be a major role in that. And yes, as you say, the MyLat or wherever it go, and however, but there's a higher version than MyLat using Lennox Smith formula, but the boot camp aspect of it, where they have to stay in. And yes, you come with a good idea, whereby based on what level the child is at, well then you're going to know who could come out, who have to stay in, and then we will hold the parent responsible for those who getting to come out, and then we know in the night he going out on the block still and meeting the boys and them and smoking weed, or he going real party in the night and coming back drunk, or he cussing me still. And I was saying we shouldn't have it with nobody going home, because there's no angels going there, The people we catering for from there is who doing just them things we be talking about. So it's nothing such as who going home and who staying, because no angels going there. If you reach there, it's because you have a problem, you have an issue, and you have to live in. Simple. No angels going there. The angels and them, who parents still have control over them in that kind of way, wherever, them go to the other schools. Them can't go into this boot camp. It is what it is. That's what you understand what I'm saying? So come closer from this. Talk to the people and let me go to the next topic.
I'm saying that you can have a hybrid system where of course the very what I consider to be troubled at risk can of course engage, but as I said, it is up to the government. And the caller is correct if he did, because I didn't hear that part of it, but I was going to make the point that you have just about 50 programs to treat with these young people. You have MyLap, MyTap, you have of course Hype, you have as well YTEP, you have CCC, and all of that. And I had made a proposal, again, I had to go back to history because it is important. When I met with Mr. Manning as Prime Minister at Whitehall in the presence of Archbishop Barbara Gray Burke, I did make the point that why it is that you have these 50 programs, obviously costing taxpayers. Why not at the ending of each school year for the child, that is, say when the child is leaving in July, that you don't have a cluster of schools, for example, where you put a desk at one of the schools where the child will say and is invited to go into one of these programs immediately after they would have completed, of course, their holidays. That's to say, the following September. Why not? Why you have this helter-skelter, higgledy-piggledy, everybody is an island unto themselves. The programs start at different times of the year and all of that. And what happens is that what you have is a cadre of young people who go what I consider to be program hopping. When they know CCC is going on close and they have about a week again, they go and they join Hype or My Lap or My Tap, as the case may be, and they keep, of course, in that cycle. So, and therefore, you will not achieve the objective that you want, which is, of course, to have that young man or woman conform to the behavioral expectations that the society supports, and therefore it defeats the purpose. So you see, so it's a very complex matter.
Man, not complex at all. Boot camp.
A lot of discussion.
Who already in My Lap and White Up and this and that and whatever, right? We might see 1 or 2, 5, 6 that need to go to the boot camp. So we ain't interfering with nothing. Let the system say it is, but the boot camp is for them ones who don't know discipline. The parents can't discipline them.
But that in itself needs to be coordinated. In other words, the point I was making is that you coordinate the entire thing. You taper it because you don't want people to be going
obviously.
Project or program hopping.
All right,
so
obviously.
So you make certain all of them start at the same time, end at the same time, and then the state uses its resources now to send them into some kind of industries, use the telephone, for example, and have a team. And he agreed. He agreed,
All
of course,
right.
but it never materialized.
We agree. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, hello, morning.
Morning to you. Where are you calling from? What's your
Calling
contribution?
from San Fernando.
Go ahead.
I listened to the conversation here on the young people. And I'm agreeing with Andy that, you know, with you, Andy, that you have to be able to bring us to a point where we not living in the past, but, you know, we carrying the young people into the future. Right? Now, what I'm saying is that you have to be able to bring some sort of inspirational value to this whole thing. Right? Now, yesterday, I attended a lecture at the NACA in Port of Spain put on by the Emancipation Support Committee.
Wait, listen, don't listen to the radio. I think for the Emancipation Support Committee, go ahead. Turn down, mute your background. Go ahead. Listen to it through the phone and talk to you.
The main speaker was saying that the whole value in this thing is bringing love to the whole issue of this thing. You have to be able to find that ground where you could inspire the young people, right, to move forward and go forward. And
you might be locked on to the program a little late. Lennox Smith already gave us ideas of how that is be done, which is visit from ministers, ambassadors, the president, various people, and then come to see Lennox. They come to I come to see you showing in the boot camp. I heard you're doing well. I come to think you and get late. So the inspirational aspect of it, Lennox Smith have that covered already. I think he might be jump on late with that part where you mentioned athletes, whether it be a Brian Lara, whether it be a Dwight York, the new set of athletes that are now. You understand? They'll bring people to inspire them, you know? So he did work out that aspect in which you are mentioning.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, I didn't realize that he did that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
But this is the contribution I have here. But the main aspect of this whole thing, because you see, I can remember when I was now growing up, and you know the issue on crime was talked about in that time, and in my mind, right, I had to look for something that was inspirational to me to find that ground where I could move forward in my life, and that was I had to look for something that I could do. So you're implanting it in the young person's mind that you look for things that you love, that you could do, and avoid where you will avoid going down a road of let's say crime. You understand what I'm saying? So this is it is something that otherwise if the young person don't do that, you don't implant it in his mind, then he will end up in front of magistrate. So you understand what I'm saying?
Understood.
Yeah, okay, thanks. That's my contribution here this morning.
Nice. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a call. Morning caller, where you calling from again? You all don't have to stick on our front burner this morning. Our front burner this morning is dealing with the lost generation, and our co-host Lennox Smith urged in really and truly reforming indisciplined youths and all them things, and coming back with the MLIO kind of system, and yes, with lay adjustments. Right, that's just our front burner dealing with youths because of the 3 lost generations and all those things. My suggestion is boot camp with a touch of MLIO and all those various things. And the government can't afford to say, don't let them leave religious organizations say, no, we can't come now to say child protection law, a child under 18, don't do that. And oh God. It's either we want to save the 2-3 lost generations that reading havoc on us, and that is the children of the 2-3 generations that was lost before, and the 2 generations that was lost before that. It's either we want to save that and bring back a level of normalcy where we not no school fight and children want to kill each other, because they learned that from Rowley. Rowley teach them, children them how to fight and be bullies, because he was a bully, a bald one. So we blame the PNM. The PNM had this country with all them lost generation. The PNM. Penny all of them with it. Right. Go ahead, caller. Morning to you.
Morning again, Andy. Back for here. Remember one of the famous statements Rowley make? Take it on the pavement. So, and where we see most of the school fight happening, not on the pavement.
On the pavement.
So you see our inspiration and the wrong type of leadership. Andy, but again, you see how everything is tying back to governance. We could talk about inspiration and motivation and things, and it means nothing. Nobody want to hear motivation and inspiration when you see you on the wrong path. You know what you need? You need somebody who doesn't have nothing to gain or doesn't looking for nothing to benefit, to be the person to say, hey, here what? I am going to dedicate my time and energy and effort to ensure that something is done for these children. But you know what's the bottom line? Resources, finances. You could go and talk how much you want to talk, and at the end of the day, when you see a child come out of that school, he know that it has no future for him. He go and he listen to you and go back to normal. And you see, this is where the PNM, because most of the at-risk areas in the country is still red. And when you go back now to what was said Friday, and you see how much are millions and billions of dollars, that if somebody who was responsible and really wanted to make an impact for these at-risk youths, you see, a little portion, let me say 5 million of that money that is missing, that gone in people's pocket, we already have billions and could go anywhere in the world and live. That money could have been invested to put programs in place to help these children. And you have to be persistent. When you hear 5 million, 20 million, 8 million, 12 million in different departments that cannot be accounted for, that could have been the same money that could have been allocated to say, hey, let me start this program for these at-risk youth. 10 fall out, we pull them back in and we reinvest in them again. So after, and then the money ain't going to waste. That is investing in your human resources. And if we get 5 out of the 20 of them on the straight and narrow path, we were successful. The money was put to good use. But when you hear all these millions missing and it going into people's pocket, we already have billions. What you gain from that? And this is where the people who vote in red supposed to realize how they are being misled. And the money of the taxpayers in this. I don't mind if all my taxpayers' money go into helping people in the country, but not into people's pocket who thief in the money. That is where the problem is. And now that these things are being exposed, the same people who supporting them red people should realize, hey, you know, we have been misled. We were going on the wrong path. We support evil. We got changes now. And get them out. Get them out. Start looking to invest the money where it is needed to be invested, and then everybody would benefit. Have a good morning. Take care.
Yeah, thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me see if I can get on to the Honorable Minister, Mr. Elder. Yeah, let me try to get on to Mr. Elder here.
So in the interim, I could make a statement.
Yeah. You go hear it ringing so in the background anyhow.
All right. Yeah, well, you'll tell me when you're ready. Because whilst you were speaking there, I remember, you know, in the community activity sessions, and these are moments that, you know, you cherish and it is indelibly planted in your mind. Every Friday we'll have what is called community activity session. As I said, one of the examples, of course, is taking them to see that pipe out home, so to speak. But I remember on that occasion as well, the whole school will be divided into different.
Your call has been forwarded to B-Mobile.
Intermixed or commingled groups. In other words, a mechanic may well be, of course, in a group with, let's say, a technician or a person doing garment construction, as the case may be, or hairdressing. And then we'll have, of course, debates. So there was this day, but of course, on that day we relaxed the rules. So you could ask a question of or make an accusation on a teacher every Friday. You can do that very, very open, because we want them, of course, to identify themselves and relax a little bit and get them part of the real world. So this day we had a discussion on sex, and we had a 80-year-old Mr. Lynn. She died now, but I could never forget that day. One student jumped up and bought Mr. Lynch, when last you had sex? And Mr. Lynch paused a bit, and then he said, well, two nights ago. Well, everybody started to laugh. You know, so you come up with these kinds of situations where because you want them to be as relaxed as possible and express their natural selves, but of course at the same time associated with the real world. So when they get out there, for example, the last maybe 2 or 3 months, each person will go on what is called on-the-job training, where we get PTSC, the various industries, whether it's dealing with Neil and Marcy, Toyota, etc. at the time. And they will, of course, go there and begin the process. And one of the things we tell them is that, of course, you will be asked to, of course, clean the garage and to wash the tools, etc. Don't say that you ain't come here, because the person who is prepared, of course, to go the extra mile is the person. If there is time to fire anybody, you will be the last to fire. However, if you go the arrogant, you will be the first to be fired. And of course, we have had experiences like that, where fellas went and they said, listen, I ain't come here for that. And of course, they were fired and that kind of thing. So the point I'm making is to develop their minds and their attitude towards, of course, real world situations, so that when they get out there, because many of them, even if they handle a gun and because of the glamorization of that by hardened criminals, the leader is usually a fellow who is in and out of the criminal justice system, whether it be in the case of prison, whether it be, of course, in the case of police encounter, etc. And then they glamorize that. They say, well, listen, last night, I had an encounter with the police and I run so and then I think, and I get away from him, and the fellas listening to that and they get glamorized. So what we do, we normally at lunchtime we will play a movie. We'll play a movie. You got it?
Nice.
All right, so we'll play a movie, for example, usually, of course, some bandits and police and so on, and then of course, reflecting what they perceive, having regard to to the glamorization by who they consider to be their peers or people who care about them. And then we will always tell them, look at the ending. The police always catches the thief. So you remember all of the early parts when you would have been successful, but it's one day for the police, and of course you will have many occasions where you would have gotten away from it. But when you are in the system, then of course the police leeches onto you in such a way that you have no breathing space. And those kinds of experiences.
But meanwhile, I'm calling.
Let
me organize an opening lines.
Formal system.
Yeah.
Formal system will not do. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. The lives dropping there. We too much. So let's come at you all from Burner. Pleasant good morning to you.
No, I told you that stop me when I'm just
you know it surprised me that big man like Lennox Smith talking about rewarding the criminals, and I hear nobody saying rewarding the victims. You want to take taxpayers' money to the criminals? And all they talk about reform and reform this and reform that. I hear nobody say that. Man, he kind of licks that girl recently. She eye bust up, she body break up, she mouth break up. And when you hear you talk about the abuse and that child had to go through that fear for the rest of her life, I hear nobody talking about reward them. Take the taxpayers' money and give that child and let her be counseled all the time. All they want to reward people for evil, boy. Like the nonsense I hear on this radio station. All the six, boy. All the go home now, boy.
What are you talking about? Where you talking? You hear him, Lennox?
No, sorry about that. I still didn't get my headphone.
The man is saying, big man like Lennox Smith, talking about rewarding them little criminals and reforming them. But he ain't talking about putting things in place for the victim to be counseled and to be rewarded and to be taken care of after the face get bung up, beating, bashing. He say he don't want to believe what he's saying on this program here, where a big man like Lennox Smith is talking about reforming the criminal elements, and he ain't nothing about the victim. He ain't saying nothing about the victims at all.
Well, the fact of the matter is that those persons would not be deemed officially as criminals. I'm just saying that potential and may be engaged. And if of course, they have been engaged, and then the system will treat with that as well. But the fact of the matter is that does not obfuscate, it doesn't take away the fact that not only are they among us, but they are in our schools. And therefore, unless they are caught, unless there's evidential and probative evidence to generate a conviction, they will be with us. And therefore, whilst, of course, I am focusing on prevention and, of course, that category of individuals, there are persons who are engaged on the other side, dealing with the victims. So therefore, the society has all of that. But nice. Of course, there are those who would be focusing on rehabilitation, and there are others who are focusing, of course, on the victims and satisfying some element of it. For example, the courts.
Nice. So Lennox Smith, I ain't gonna lie.
On victims.
You couldn't say it better. Other than some people here that on mischief, because we must acknowledge them, like for instance, I've seen it of a new one here. Cherry Henry. All right, she's saying just school. You need some alter classes, just like the Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander, right? Look, Mr. X, there's an X. Yeah, there's no the people that don't want Trinidad to be able to fix. They don't like it to stay as a monster, the country. But caller, we rewarded the speaker who was convicted. I don't think the speaker was convicted or so, but anyhow, you see what them on. We talking about taking the children and them still for tit for tat. There's a little boy, you know. He's still peeing bed, yes. You know. Mr. X is still pee bed. You just know them. We need to organize and potty train Mr. X. And I'm fed up having to come on the program and have to potty train some people. Whether it's Mr. X, whether it's Mr. Moses. No, not Mr. Moses, but it has some of them there. Come on, man. Lennox Smith, I would like you to open a class too for people that are online, on social media, to please potty train them. Them more worse than the children and them that you're trying to reform, brother? You see these big people here that just can't have logic and sensible logic? Them need help. What institution you could put in place too for these big people? Because them so this lead them like trying to be where they is there. If them was smarter, you went out all that work in Lennox Smith. What institution they could put in place for these big dumb heads and them here that had them training them like this? Mr. X and all them. Tell me now, tell the nation what we could put in place to them, because the government had to fund it, Because we had to help them too. Where could put in place to them?
Well, several cliches come to mind. A person who is doing wrong and believe they are doing right is extremely dangerous. A person who does not know and does not know he does not know is equally dangerous. Of course, a person who does not who pretends that he does not know, and I suspect that is the category, are people, of course, who are purely on mischief and really and truly will make their expression or their concerns public, is extremely dangerous. But thank God they are right-thinking persons, because those were the types that were saying that the PNM will, of course, be in government for time immemorial, or from time immemorial, and their longevity will not be, of course, severed. Well, of course, they have been proven wrong. So but this is a democracy. While I will not countenance what they say, I will not agree with them, but I will defend to the hilt their right to talk, because this is a democracy.
Nice.
We have to be discerning, and I'm sure the majority of the population will see them for what they are: asinine expressions that, of course, are nestled in illogic and, of course, some bias that they may have.
Right, but what training course we had to get for them? What boot camp? What because them need help, Them more dangerous,
No, these, if they are intelligent enough to coin what they have coined, they sit down and type. They actually type. It means, therefore, there is nothing you could do for them. Because they are deliberate. They are doing that consciously, knowing full well that they are playing the fool.
All right. Patricia Reed, I was looking for a course for you too. All right. Well, no, already Mr. X that is on here on social media is not Gerald Smalls, who run on the COP ticket that used to be on 104 with Mr. Amar. Right, it is not that Mr. X. That Mr. X is a part of the collision of interest. That Mr. X who used to be with Robert Amar, right, he's a part of the collision of interest. There's a new X here. This X here, that Rahuli partner. Yeah, this X here, we had to open a boot camp for he. Yeah.
It's a natural X.
Yeah, that is a natural X. Yeah,
X means zero.
That is a leech. Yeah, that X is a leech, a dog. Not just a dog, that is a dog too. That X is some kind of, Lennox Smith, they say, of some human possessivity or something, where they say, something of the human possessivity. That is say it. I can't say it. Use the big word, man.
Asinine specimen of inhumanity.
Right. He's an asinine specimen of inhumanity. That is the XD. Right. Let me cool down. Lennox, let me cool down. Let me keep cool. I don't know if they're choking me this morning.
But experience is the best teacher. So here what? I would advise them to take a page out of Mr. Porter Spain's, let's say, experience. He knows that he was talking nonsense. He realized that after the 28th of April, and he simply has gone silent. I please don't open your mouth, whether it be physically or it is, of course, let's say by way of writing, by taking notes, of course, by blogging, in other words, because of course you will expose your intellectual and the cognitive deficiencies.
Nice. And whoever, if the man spent 4 years in jail, and he spent 4 years in jail, he do crime, he pay time, he just divert back into society and never go back. So what happened? But like you who ride that day, You put yourself with a young girl under 18 already, you never get catch. Well, so who will know St. Classy first owner? And then you might be doing well with the exception of only who game problem day. So let me continue this thing.
And there are some who will get catch yet, like Rowley.
Like Rowley. Exactly. So here it is. All you are trying to get in contact with Mr. Elder. Some of you will have his number. I don't think you have my number saved. Alright, so call him and let him know the ground report is trying to get in contact with him and Mr. Osti. Just somewhere. Let me tell you the next name of the minister, the MP for Point 14. Let me get her name there. The MP for Point 14 there. Call him there, tell him I'm trying to get in contact with him too, please. For those of you that lock on and you all have the number and they have all the numbers saved, and when only call him, there is answer. Right. Do you want to hear there from me too? That is Mr. Right. Let me get your name here. Getting his name here. No. Ernesta. Right? Ernesto. Ernesto.
Yeah, he has a very strange name.
Yeah.
It has slipped me as well.
Ernecto. Ernesto. There's Ernesto. Well, you go correct that when the time reads him, man. Strange name, though. Right? All I get in contact with him there for me, please, which is he's the vice president of the oil fields trade union. I need to get on to Mr. Ernesto and Mr. I. Elders. For those of you who have their number and all they have it saved and do this answer, let's tell them the ground report. Check the phone. They will see a missed calls for 366-3053. 366-3053. Tell them we just have 2 quick questions to them and tell Mr. Elder the same thing. Nice. Let me take some calls. The lines are open. You all could have your own front burner. What's your front burner? The flooding over the weekend? Oh, Friday, Thursday flooding? Come on. What's your front burner? You went to the hospital and it still have no beds, however. What, the bus come late, or they ain't get no bus, or the bus driving, rain falling, and all they open an umbrella in the bus. What's your front burner? Drugs in the hospital, you all getting all the drugs on them now? What, the dialysis patients, what's up with you all? You all getting dialysis on time, however. What about surgeries? Because remember, real reform is being put in place for we to get up and running with these things and them. Right, let me take a call. Morning caller, where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning. I'm calling from Grandy.
Go ahead, Grandy.
Say a very good morning to Mr. Lennox, Mr. Andy, and Mr. Mickie K. My contribution is, well, on Friday, I happened to be listening to Parliament as what they were talking about, and I felt proud of the UNC. I used to tell myself, PNM should be totally washed out. There shouldn't even be opposition. But when I heard the UNC ministers talk and discuss things in Parliament and allowing us to see the things that they were handing across on the other bench and letting them know who there is and who is a liar and expose them, you know. So it's right they be in the opposition because they're getting bashed. And UNC ministers, we have to keep praying for them because all of them is powerful because they have that love in them and they really come out to make things right. As I heard, I repeat again when our Prime Minister said to us, you know, she said she had already told us, when UNC win, everybody win. And this is how it is now. And according to Andy now, we are now in...
Good morning.
Hey, hold on. Sorry about that, caller. We have the MP for Point 14. MP, sorry for the late notice. I was to make arrangement, but I know at the end of the day, you are a down-to-earth man, and it has some just a simple two questions we would like to ask you here live on the ground report because we know you're busy, because you're in our ministry too, and we have 1 or 2 questions there, quick, we would like to ask you. One of the concerns that come up there quick for the public was the last report we get when it coming to the oil refinery, Mr. MP, Sir Lennox Smith. We have the MP and the Minister of Energy in the ministry there online here now. One of the things that they mentioned to us, we know the last report was the refinery could be up and running, sir, in about less than a year, based on the whatever issues that you all come up with, however, since then, we haven't had any kind of updates. And we know you all are doing a great job. I'll call Mr. Elder in a little bit after. You don't have a number saved, so you go tell him, look out for we call too, because we like how we talk on his maiden run. Mr. Minister, a pleasant good morning to you, sir. Welcome to the Ground Report. Would you be able to answer that for us, sir?
Pleasant morning to you, Andy, and pleasant morning to you,
my
Lennox
friend.
Smith, and pleasant morning to all your technical team. And
Raymond.
yes, sir. Yes, pleasant morning to the team on the Ground Report. Well, Andy, you are always an excellent journalist, as I always am, all the time. And you know very well that is something that I can't answer at this point in time.
Oh, all right. No
only to say to you that we are diligently, Minister Monilal and myself and our team, we are diligently working very, very hard to put this thing in place and to report as soon as, in very short notice, the status of the refinery and the way forward and so on. But for now, I'm no longer in the capacity where I say, let's talk off the cuff. We have to make sure and be very responsible in the whole thing. But definitely, as committed by our Honorable Prime Minister, we are going to deliver on that promise.
Nice.
Yes?
Well, Lennox Smith, ask him a question outside of that aspect there. Quick, my brother Lennox Smith. Go ahead, because we can't have the honorable man on and the people in here.
Since your appointment, what would have been the major challenge that you would have encountered in that particular ministry? Or challenge?
Well, to be straightforward, I mean, we have had a lot of good cooperation from the PS and her staff. Thus far, we have been in a fact-finding mode, getting all the information, meeting with all of the state companies and the private companies who are major players in the energy industry. We have been, as you would have been seeing in the media, every time we meet, we publish and so on. And that we are almost there in terms of getting a full picture as to what was taking place and obviously what was not taking place. And again, Parliament is in full bloom now, as you see, full flight. We will reveal to the public, as our Honorable Prime Minister has started, what are the misgivings, what are the positives, and the way forward. The most important thing, the way forward. It is the desire, and it's very public, by our minister, both ministers, myself and Minister Monilal, the minister himself, that we want to return Trinidad and Tobago to the energy hub of the Caribbean. And in that vein, we are pressing on to make sure that we restore, rebuild, and renew the entire energy sector of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes?
Any other questions with this busy minister, Lennox Smith?
Yeah, just one more. We can't go have a man like this on the program without, of course, some political question. The leader of the opposition said that of course there was a higher quality of presentation by the few as opposed to the lack of quality by the majority of the UNC stroke coalition of interest. What would be your response to that?
My response is to have everyone look at the Parliament channel from Friday to Saturday morning and let the public judge. But you see, it is going to be difficult to accept that you would have been part of a government that really were part and parcel to a lot of misgivings. And I'm being very kind because I'm on air. And that we will continue. And obviously, when we are exposing the truth hurts, Lennox and Andy. It hurts.
I hear you.
And
because
especially,
I saw the leader of the opposition absented herself at a certain point.
All right.
And I drew the same conclusion. The truth does offend that people that start to run.
The truth hurts. I mean, because as Honorable Prime Minister said, and my other parliamentary colleagues on our side would have in their presentation, we did not present anything that we created. The Auditor General report is the Auditor General report. The amendment to the Children Life Fund that's what it is. The repeal of the TTRA, that's what it is. We didn't create any story or build anything. Everything that we presented, we would have had a newspaper article. We'd have quoted from a court judgment, and you even had the former Minister of Finance, either intentionally or not, we don't know, when he would have stood up and he said a particular thing, and it was proven later to be a bit inaccurate. You see, at the end of the day, our commitment to the public is to bring forth the truth and to use the Parliament in the way it ought to have been used in the interest of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I continue to say to this country that there's going to be a lot more things that are going to be exposed in the Parliament in the interest of the people. And obviously, as I said, as I close, the truth hurts. So it is what it is.
Thank you so much, MP and Minister, for
very much, of course,
at least giving an account to the people of Trinidad and Tobago right here on the Ground Report. And we look forward to many, many, many more interviews with you. Thanks so much for taking time off your busy time.
God bless you. Take it easy. Bye.
Nice.
Thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. But Adi, I pose the same question to you. Is it that there is some mental derangement in the current, of course, leader of the opposition to say that, of course, the quality of the minority, only 13 in the parliament, has surpassed that of the vast majority. I mean, 26 seats in the House of Representatives. Is it the delusion? Is it a case of cognitive dissonance? What it is that will cause her to make a statement like that? I suppose she's talking to her faithfuls.
What it is at the end of the day is just what you say it, how it is, you thinking it is, it is. I'm just happy that the people of Trinidad and Tobago should recognize and realize that they shouldn't regret giving the people partnership of interest, the opportunity and their votes and the change of government, for giving the UNC the change of government, because it have been a while since we could have organized and actually call an MP or a minister to give an account or to talk to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, because the PNM didn't business about talking to media or talking to nobody, especially the Ground Report. And you all see that you all will be having your MPs and them giving their account, and all ministers giving account to their work and their duties towards you. And just now there was a perfect example. Now let me try to get on to Andel. Because he and all labor for maiden, man, get on bad boy. Let me try to get on by time. Anyone all here have his number, because somebody call him and tell him, hey, the Pitbull and the Ground Report trying and Lennox, and we trying to get the MP there, the minister, and he did call back and everything was in order. So all here, you don't have the numbers saved. For those of you who will answer, tell him answer the 3663053, 3663053. We want him to give an account of his maiden speech and what drive him to get on so bad. A little bit again. I say he might have fly across there and hold them. I say, what boy? He remind me there, boy. The man go like a pit bull. I go, boy, what's my see my only smiling. I say, the only man looking like it's me, so boy. That's how I go in parliament, you know.
The man used words that I would use. He say, don't try to obfuscate my presentation at this point.
Yeah, but he bad, boy.
I mean, he was spectacular, and of course, the minister in the Ministry of Energy, who we just interviewed, I mean, he was right next to him, and he was saying, "Go ahead, man, go ahead."
Yeah, boy.
Thumping his desk and so on. Having regard, of course, to those verbal, what I consider to be complexities. Yeah, it was tremendous. Of course, for the first time, I see Imbert was he pretended to be calm. He was obviously uncomfortable.
You see how point. Hold it, Lennox, hold it. Hold on. You see how point 14 and Labre keeping in contact with the people. You see how they just do it? Yeah. When Rowley them was say the Ground Report can't call nobody, they want to talk to answer to the people.
Yeah. No, that is significant.
No, look, we have Mr. Elder. Hey, we have Mr. Elder. I must say he break Brian Lara record in tests. He break Chris Gale in one day. I don't know what to say about Mr. Elder. All I saying is, yes, my new role model, because I was seeing myself the way I was batting there on that maiden run, putting them in place. Mr. Elder, welcome to the Ground Report. You're shooting the pitbull of radio, Lennox Smith here, and thousands of people are listening. Lennox Smith, what question you want to answer the record breaker?
The first thing I want to ask is that phrase that he used, but of course using obfuscation. If you could repeat that for me, I would appreciate, because it was a bit muffled when I got it, but you know, it's something I want to use on this and other programs. So if you can, I mean, of course, that was because he was being taunted, I think, by being interrupted by none other than, of course, trying to become as he has been over the years, a nuisance. Talking about, of course, Imbert. Imbert. So, good morning, sir. Well done. And of course, if you could tell me what are the totality of that phrase, if you could recall, because I know on the spur of the moment people say things, and next thing, of course, you say, well, that came from me.
Yeah. Morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox. Thanks for calling in and calling me and having me on the show. So, a couple of things. Number one, well, the phrase was, if you recall, MP for Diego Martin, Northeast, he attempted to try to stop my contribution by saying that what I was speaking about was a sub judice matter. And then, of course, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Minister Sobers would have quickly and promptly done the research and realized that the matter was in fact dismissed. But Imbert tried to assert that because I was new, right? Because if you realize what his objection was, he said, standing order 49.6, that matter sub judice, he's new. Remember, he's new, right? So my response to him was, do not obfuscate my novelty in Parliament for my ability to put a good looking on earlier.
Yes. I see. Yes. All right, okay. Okay. I see. You know, right, okay. I didn't get clear in the video, yes. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Elder. Go ahead.
Tell us what. First and foremost, of course, you are a minister in the Ministry of Public Utilities, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us what you have discovered. What are some of the challenges?
Wait. Before you go to that,
you have encountered so far.
The maiden. We go to the ministry just now, man. Everybody all over TikTok and all over this. When you started your man,
are you like Bacchanal?
Nobody. Hear the man. Hear him. Hear Mr. Elder. Where was the phone line? Where was the phone line for the protection workers? When the hotline for the communication workers? Where was the hotline? Oh God, for the people in the COVID. Where was? Oh God, what? Talk to me now, man. We want to hear about that Maiden Street. Where you going? Tell us what gave that belly now, man. What? Yeah.
And how much cricketers you know in history could make 100 and at the same time take a wicket like that?
Boy, you break records and take wickets. That's why you shut down the dance there. You know that was it. You lead and everybody had to follow when you're done there, you know. The storm pass, a category 7 pass through, nothing left standing up after you're done. And what telling you, boy?
You see, Andy and Lennox, the PNM believed that they will continue with the arrogance and with the disrespect and disregard for people that they engaged in for the last 10 years. And they believe that will continue with impunity. And they believe that what they were doing, that nobody could tell them because they were bigger than everybody else, and they were arrogant to the point where it was bordering on hubris. And once I got the opportunity to deal with them in that kind of manner, I had to, and I was compelled to let them know exactly how the workers of this country felt. And I was not going to give up that opportunity to let them know, especially in Bert, how this country still feels about what he and the PNM did to us for the last 10 years. And every chance I get to remind him and this population about what we went through for the last 10 years, I will do it. And I'm passionate about it because I suffered too. Because as the Secretary General of the Union, as I was then, we have a collective agreement and we have laws that says you cannot retrench a sitting Secretary General because that will tantamount to persecution. And that is exactly what they did. And now they're coming to create a political victimization hotline for people who get fired, for them to call and for them to access services. But what the hell was the hotline? When workers in this country were getting fired left, right, and center, what was the hotline for them? So your cat didn't care about us then, but you want to care about us now only because you're in opposition. That ain't going to work with me. That will not fly with me. And I will not allow them to escape unscathed and feel that they could fool the population after letting us suffer for 10 years, and now you want to come in the last 5 weeks to make we feel that because penny day, that the PNM care. The PNM does not care, and it does not matter who is leading the PNM. It does not matter to them. All their business about is fooling the population to try to get back in power. And they will do anything between now and the next 5 years to destabilize this country and this government to do it. And I will not allow them at no point in time, once I am there and I have health and strength, to get away with things like that, where they're trying to fool people, especially workers, to make you feel that they care. The other thing is that they packed a number of state agencies. They packed it with political appointees. And when we come now and we get rid of those political appointees, which we are entitled to do, which we will do, and I make my apologies for saying that, even as a former trade union leader, when we get rid of those people, you know, sudden a kind of fear as if, especially Arwari, kind of fear as there's going to be mass firings in CPEP, and mass firings here, mass firings there. But the reason I can say that because he knows what they did. He knows that 2 days before election, that they give CPEP contractors a 3-year contract, even though some of the contract was not about to expire. He knows they did that. And we will not allow them to continue doing that and to continue misrepresenting the facts to the people. Because he didn't tell you, and he will not tell you, that yes, firings will take place, but because of they put people in position deliberately to try to destabilize this government should we win, because they know the writing was on the wall for them. They knew it. And we will not let anyone, let alone Faris Alwari and a bunch of PNM cronies, do anything, whether past, present, or future, to destabilize this work that we have started in government. And if they didn't realize, they better realize it now, that the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa, this time around, is not the same Kamala Prasad Bisesa from 2010 to 2015. And the people who she has around her, and the government she has elected, is not the same set of people who was there before. We are more vigilant, we are more militant, we are more focused, we are more committed, we are more dedicated, we are more passionate, and we care about the people to the point where I'm confident that this 5-year term is just in a series of 5-year terms to come forward.
Nice. Before I go on to the next question, which is public utilities, that the last one you'll answer. What would you have to say? If you could answer, you will answer. If you cannot, you cannot. On the basis of your union was not in June elections, that was not supporting you at all. And I am a grassroots like you. And I know if I was in your union now, seeing where become and seeing that your vision was always real, I felt that they're supposed to feel a how and now embrace and put what wrong right. They did not supported you on your vibe for becoming the MP and to be in government at this point in time. The distance itself. How you feel about that? And or you could bypass that based on you being a former. How you feel about that? Because the next question will be our baby, which was TSTT, B Mobile. Watch me, them was bigger than Digicel. That was making money. And the PNM mash up that whole thing, boy. Where other outside companies doing better than we own local. Do you intend to use your influence as a MP, as a former communication man, to bring back the glory days of B Mobile and our TSTT? That is one question there. And the next one is, how do you feel about your former union distancing themselves from you? Like if it is they were supporting the PNM in my book, that's how it come across to me. What's your thoughts on those two things?
So let me start with the second one first, Andy. For those who have followed the history of the Communication Workers Union, at a point in time in our history, we were led by someone who was also a PNM senator while leading the union, and we were in fact known as party group number 13 of the PNM. Under Lyle Townsend, we were able to remove ourselves from that setup, that situation. And since then to now, the union has attempted to do its best to remain free of any political party. So what would have transpired is that when I would have gone into politics and would have aligned myself deliberately without any apology at all, I want to add that, to the United National Congress, the union leadership found it necessary to say, well, okay, our former leader has now gone into politics, he's with the UNC. We distance ourselves from that. We remain independent of any political party, and his aspirations are his. That has nothing to do with the union, and we distance ourselves from him. And that's a position that the union has articulated for a number of years since removing itself from under the leadership of Carlton as a PNM senator and attempting as best as possible to remain independent of any political party. Right? So that's all I'll say on that. There's more I can say, but that's all I want to say now, because I don't wish to engage in any public spat with a union which I once led at a point in time.
Yes.
That's all I'll say on that.
That is very responsible of you. And now the next thing, which is I just hurt because when B Mobile was real saying thing and TSTT was real saying thing, boy, we used to get nice offers from Digicel because it had competition. You understand? Yes. It had real employment. We was doing well. TSTT and B Mobile was making millions of billions of dollars. And then all of a sudden, these people degrade the thing. It hardly any store, hardly a workers. Tell them make a foreign company, Digicel, come and get better than TSTT, boy. B Mobile, boy. That hurts. It hurts.
I understand totally how you feel, Andy. I want to say a couple of things on this point. And I didn't make the point in Parliament. Where was the hotline for me when they threw me out of TSTT? I want to say the first thing I want to let the people know is that my entry into politics and as a minister of government is not to seek retribution on TSTT. That's not my focus. I'm not going there to say, hey, let's come out. I come to do it all. No, let me get my revenge and my retribution. That is not what I went in there for. Which brings me to the point that you're making now, Andy. TSTT has been a company that has always been close and dear to me for a number of reasons. Of course, I worked there. I built my life and my career in trade unionism because of my involvement in TSTT. So it's a company that's dear to me, and it's a company that I want to see return to the days of profitability and glory that you are speaking about, Andy, before the PNM interfered with it to the point where it is now not even a proper shadow of itself. I think with the Minister of Public Utilities, the Honorable Mr. Barry Padarat, as the Minister, and I as Minister in the Ministry, and of course our Parliamentary Secretary, Ms. Shivana Sam, the MP for Komoto, I think that ministerial team, along with the board of TSTT, will do our utmost best to ensure that TSTT, as one, an entity under the Ministry of Public Utilities, and two, as an entity that is 51% owned by the state, that we will do our best to make sure that that company returns, if not to the days it was before, as close as possible, or even better than the days it used to be before, where it was lucrative, profitable, and where, as you said, Andy, people could have benefited from it. That is not the case anymore. There are few who benefited from TSTT right now. I have an idea of who those few are, and that's the strength that I bring into the ministry, because some of these companies like TSTT, because I have an intimate knowledge of the persons who are employed there, have an intimate knowledge of the workings of what's going on there, then we know where to focus our attention, and we know how to ensure that things are done that is going to redound to the best interest of TSCT and to the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, man. Right? Yeah, boy. You make me feel good there, boy. I feel like I win a jackpot, boy, because it always hurt, boy. We own company, boy, that was big. What's my blossoming, boy? TST, B Mobile, boy. And then people and them crash that, you know, boy.
Deliberately.
Yes, and I understand, of course, the emotional attachment and the nationalistic fervor associated there. But we have another issue as well, WASA. And of course, there are certain statements that would have been made. That is under your portfolio as well. Could you give us an idea as to what is happening? Because we have some very disquieting information about pumps and a number of other issues such as the silting of rivers and creating, of course, clogs, and then, of course, you have the whole question of the desalination plant and its efficacy to deliver water, even with, of course, the poor infrastructure that you might have inherited. So, could you give us an idea? In the abundance of water these days, it appears that some communities are thirsty.
Yes. So Lennox, let me say that we just appointed about 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, we just appointed the board of WASA. And yes. I would want the board to go in and do their work first and look at what is taking place in WASA, report back to us, and then we can adequately and properly respond and report to the general public. There are some issues that the public will already know about, but I like to comment when I have the fullness of the information. I do not yet have the fullness of the information because we as ministers cannot go into WASA and just manage the place as we see fit. That's why we put a board there. We gave the board certain mandates, certain instructions. They are about to take up that role to continue the work that we want them to do, because we gave the instructions. We had a meeting with them, and I will want them to first go in there, do the investigation, do the collecting of information, report back to us, and then when we give a comprehensive report on WASA, the population will get a proper understanding of fullness of the issues that are taking place in WASA. What I can tell you, though, is that this government is ready, is prepared, and committed to ensuring that the areas that are thirsty will be satisfied with the abundance of water that we'll be getting in the not too distant future. That is something that is a high priority for us, ensuring that we have water for all in this country. And it makes little sense to me, and any expert will tell you, that as a small country surrounded, and not just a country, as an island surrounded by water, that even in the dry season we have problems with water. That makes no sense to me.
Thank you so much, Minister.
And the risk, just a final one, at the risk of course, of a similar scenario with respect to TNTech, because we are hearing a number of things surrounding TNTech and some of the finances, and of course the lack of payment of the statutory responsibility, and the question of increase in, of course, electricity rates and so on. What is the situation there? Having regard, of course, subject to, of course, any impediment to prevent you from, of course, doing a comprehensive or responding to this particular question?
Well, TNTech and the electricity rates cannot be responded to without making reference to the Regulated Industries Commission, because, as you know, the RIC would have done its work prior to the election and made a recommendation to the previous cabinet to increase the electricity rates and other different recommendations that have made concerning TNTech. What I can tell you is that at this time, the government's position is that we are not prepared to increase the rate of electricity at this time, at least until the service to the people of Trinidad and Tobago improves and improves considerably. So we are doing our best.
And the same thing.
And
the same thing WASA. Same thing WASA.
Well, the same thing WASA, right? Until and unless service service is not improved to the people, then you cannot, from a moral point, from our position, say, well, I'm giving you bad service, but I want you to pay me more. If it is, I'm giving you better service than you're getting before, but in order to give you even better service again, and you need to pay more or to adjust the rate structure or the payment structure or the pricing structure, however you want to call it. And therefore, because of me giving you better service, you will have to pay something a little more, which, mind you, people wouldn't mind paying something more if the service is better. But if you're not getting water and you're being asked to pay more for water, that makes no sense. If you're not getting a proper supply of electricity, but yet you're being asked to pay for better electricity, for more electricity, that makes no sense. But if you have a reliable supply of water, electricity, whatever it is, and to make it even better, you're being asked to pay a little more. Then people say, okay, fine, it's going good, so I don't mind for it to keep going good, I'll pay a little more because I'm getting value for money, right? But I can tell you that some of
a final one for me. There's a school of thought that says that Alwari, in particular, has been, of course, generating these dog whistles and maybe talking in terms of the dogs of war to sycophants and those persons who may be sympathetic to the PNM, because we have a situation where he has been talking about mass retrenchment, but the concern is that here it is, there are political appointees, and as you mentioned earlier, of course, a similar, what I consider to be inhospitable or untenable situation developed just before the elections of the 28th of April. But is the government concerned because there may be some kind of security issues associated with that? Because, of course, as I said, they are saying that dog whistle to elements to take a particular course of action, maybe to deflect deflect away from their own iniquities. They're attempting, of course, to generate this kind of what I consider to be instability, frankly. Could you tell us if the government is looking at it from a security perspective, as well as, of course, responding to the validity or the veracity of what he is saying in terms of mass retrenchment, when in fact it is all about, of course, looking at, and the government has a right so to do, and that is to treat with those persons who are political appointees as distinct from the general employees who might be part of the team, etc.
Yeah, well, let me say that it is not for me to comment on national security issues. That's for the ministers of Homeland Security, Defense, and Justice, as well as the Attorney General from time to time to do that, along with the Prime Minister, of course. But I can tell you that it's not lost on us as a government that the PNM will do anything in its power to attempt to take away from the work and progress of this government, to try to destabilize this country as best as they can to return to power. And it is not lost on us that as a wounded animal, and you see the infighting that's taking place even within their own party, that they will do their best to destabilize and to stymie as best as they can the work and the progress of this government. We will do what we have to do. We will investigate what we have to investigate. And we will ensure that everything that we do is according to process, is able to withstand scrutiny, is above board, and we will defend the rights of the citizens of this country with the full might and power of the government, without apology.
Nice, very good. One more question I would like to ask quick.
I like that talk. I like that response. Thanks very much, of course.
Wait. One more question I would like to ask. That is dear to my heart, Lennox Smith. Very dear. I like the idea that, Mr. Elder, you being in public utilities, you and my brother Barry powered up and all those various things. I like the idea where it stated that the government stated, we wouldn't raise no bills until we get any service that is deserving to the bills, such as, let me say, WASA will organize and put meters on private homes too, which will be good. All right, no problem. WASA is facing a crisis, and TNTech and all them things is facing a crisis in order to provide the services necessary based on money, right? And every little thing, they always want to cut the small man lights, cut the small man water and all those things. When it have big industries that making millions of dollars owing the government, what this government intend to do with those big lucrative industries that are owing you all millions, that you all not cutting their lights, their water, but the small man who can't pay, we lights and we water getting cut. What you all have in place for that aspect? That one all close to my, remember it's a grassroots like you, so them is the things that I just find is advantageous. Go ahead.
And again, it will be irresponsible of me to respond from a policy position on that, because I can tell you that there's no real policy on that. It will come from the board of TNTech. Now, I want to make this point. There are members of the last board of TNTech who has refused to resign up to this day. You will see last week, some time ago, the OWT would have staged protests in front of TNTech, calling on the board to resign and allow the government to appoint the new board and to get the work of TNTech going. Because some of them who, for whatever reason in their own mind, believe that they're entitled to a position, even though they were politically appointed, and they're not moving, and they refuse to move, and they are doing their best to stymie the work of this government. I want to tell you that we will not allow them to do that. That you could do what you want, but not for as long as you want. And the time where they could no longer do what they want, that time has come. And therefore, when we put a board in place at TNTech, that board will then decide on the different avenues that they will want to take to ensure that they recover whatever arrears that is owing to those entities by whoever it is owing those entities. I can tell you that some of the people owing entities are in fact state entities. So it's a matter of the state owing the state, right? So in those instances, you may not, and you will not have issues where you go and disconnect the state because the state disconnect the state. You'll have dialogue to ensure things are done and that to ensure that there are transfers made from one department to another department to ensure that whether it's WASAT, TNTech, TSTT, MTS, whoever it is, whether it is, whichever state entity it is, that we get what is owed to us as state entities. But there, as you said, there may be also big businesses that will be owing the state or these entities or these enterprises. And because of the size of the business, because of the kind of work that they do, because whatever the reason might be, they will not be immediately disconnected. And therefore, there are certain leeways given to them. And I suppose the issue of Andy is that leeway is given to those big businesses, not given to the small man. And that will be looked at, but that will be looked at from a board perspective. It's something that I cannot comment on to say, well, okay, this is what's going to happen from tomorrow, from next week, or from next month. I can't, from an honest position, sit here and tell you that's what's going to happen from tomorrow.
Nice. Last question, because I know you're busy and you have to go, right? But asking some nice questions here. Now, put the rest for us in Trinidad and Tobago that are locked on. Your supporters in Labre, our MP for Point 14, for matter of fact, all MPs in Trinidad and Tobago under the coalition of interest, the supporters is getting wary. They are seen in some people book. I will understand, Lennox will understand if we go. But in some people book, you all are taking long to get rid of the political appointees. And is it that they're entrenched there by law? Or is it that you all giving them a little time before you all use the iron handle or however we call political appointees, and you all your activists, you all supporters, the people that have to get the positions because they understand your program and policies of this government. The people that was appointed by the PNM was appointed because they in Kura and they are PNM playing talk bad manners and they are Kura with the program and policies of the PNM. And now the UNC and yourselves and the union and everybody want to place the people in boards that are Kura with all your policies and whatever. They are getting impatient. Please talk to them, but let them don't be so wary. But at least all they can give them a timeline when they go start to really and truly put the people in boards, there's some of them places clean up way, really and truly will commit to all policies?
Well, Andy, keep in mind that there are many boards that are appointed, not one or not two or not three. Every ministry has, in some cases, more than 10 boards under them, right? And therefore, and those boards, you need to get, in some cases, 9, some cases might be 11, some cases might be 10. The numbers will depend and vary on who you need to appoint to those boards. And therefore, what you'll want to do, and any responsible government will want to do, is to ensure, because everybody, mind you, everybody knows is a UNCA. Everybody knows support the UNCA. Everybody we talk to, I support all you, I vote for all you. They could be a staunch PNM. They're looking for work. You understand? And they want to ensure their survival as best as they can. And everybody's at UNC now, right? And therefore, what we need to do is that we need to ensure, we as a government need to ensure that the people we are putting on board are people who we know for sure will carry out the mandate of the government. People who we know for sure are those who will support the policies of the government, right? And not just put in anybody on boards because people say that they support and people say that they campaign and people say that they vote for we. You understand? So that is going to take some time, number one. And number two, there are people who are in position who are politically appointed, but they have a contract saying, okay, you're appointed by this entity or that entity, right? But we know that they were politically appointed. And therefore, there are certain processes that has to be observed and followed in accordance with good and proper industrial relations principles and practices. And once those processes are followed, which is going to take some time, then we will begin to then appoint persons in positions that are politically appointed positions. We're going to appoint persons in those positions to carry out the mandate of the government. Yes? So I want to just say to those supporters who are a little bit agitated because we are in government 6 weeks now and they find something should have happened already. I understand that thinking, I understand that point of view, but at the same time, the government cannot be simply irresponsible in how we go about making these appointments and how we go about ensuring that we take care of our own. But at the same time, we have to be responsible in how we do it. And that's why we're doing our best to do what we have to do to satisfy that need, but at the same time, to be responsible, not put the government in a position where the Canada is going to cost us more than the federal.
Well, boy, I ain't gonna lie now. You cool on everybody more than everybody else, but I ain't gonna lie. It's maiden in everything, boy. Lennox Smith, your closing comments.
I am satisfied.
Yeah,
I am satisfied. He has placated, of course, the concern. Not that we weren't aware, but it was more perceptive. But now that we are hearing it from the horse's mouth, then, of course, we can rest assured that things are working, but not as fast as they would like to work, but that was because of the impediments and some of the hurdles that they have encountered, which of course is understandable. It's not their doing, but of course there are people who are unprincipled, like as we have heard with respect. I wasn't aware that the TNTech board was recalcitrant as well. So I know at the end of the day, the government will win out. It is the government. Let's not waste time with that. With a massive mandate, and they will have to conform reluctantly, and that is the reality of our situation. So thank you very much, of course, for gracing us with your presence and the very enlightened, information that the population, I'm sure, will appreciate.
The man cool along the supporters too.
For those persons who are part and parcel and are dedicated to the UNC and the coalition of interest, well, I think I'm sure you are much more, should I say, understanding now, having regard, of course, to what was just told to us.
Nice. Your closing comments, my brother, Mr. Handel. Your closing comments to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, Guile, Trinidad and Tobago, GAL, the Caribbean, and all the social media platforms. Man, I ain't gonna lie, boy. Whoa, you're good. Go ahead.
It will be remiss of me if I don't, because I didn't say it before, but it will be remiss of me if I close this program. I don't say thanks to the people of Trinidad and Tobago who would have supported us and supported us overwhelmingly to ensure that Trinidad and Tobago breathe a sigh of relief and that we get a better life and standard of living in Trinidad and Tobago. I ask you to just bear with us a little while longer. Those of us who are supporters of the party and feel that enough is not being done, right? So just bear with us a little while longer. We are going to keep our promises. We have begun to keep our promises, as you see, with the first three issues that we have brought about in Parliament. That is the Children Life Fund, the TTRA, as well as the appointment of a commissioner of police, right? All of those things are part and parcel of keeping our promise. And as you can see, only 6 weeks. And this government is working for you and keeping our promises. And give us the rest of the 5 years, and you'll be amazed of how transformed in a positive way Trinidad and Tobago is going to be. And I'm sure that at the next election, we'll win even more convincingly than we did in this one. So thank you for having me, gentlemen, and all the best.
Nice. You was born for this, and you are a leader, my brother. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Andy.
Yes, man. Oh, boy.
There's no doubt, Andy. Very, very articulate. Knows where he's going. Knows where the government is going, and has, of course, been a strong advocate clearly for the principles of right and wrong and justice. Most important. Yes. And I think that all of that came out in that interview.
The Ground Report, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Nice. Go ahead, caller. Oh, we have a lot of voice notes to play. Whoa.
I would imagine a lot of people want to talk now, having regard to what transpired in the last 15 minutes or so.
More than 15, because we had also MP for Point 14 and the Ministry of Energy, which will be getting back to us, giving us updates on the refinery and we stamping ourselves back as an energy provider in this part of the world. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Where are you calling from and what's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Good morning, Andy. Long outstanding, missing you, Malcolm. This is Malcolm X here.
Hey, Malcolm X, my brother. I tried calling you back the other day, me again.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. I now come back from a little trip now.
Oh.
I went to see some of the money that where these corrupted politicians spend in outside country like Canada and Panama. And I want to inform Trinidad and Tobago and the present government, especially Mr. Lee. I know they be listening to your program, but I want Mr. Lee to listen to this. And immediately I want to investigate that company that they put Newman George as the board in the HDC. We're selling house and collecting money when they sell the house, no interest going to AGC to pay the contractors and to run their affairs. But yet still, you have a group of people, they were running the mafia. I want to call the man name who was our old AGC worker dealing with our location. He running the company, and the percentage where AGC give money to start that company with that board when Newman George was heading, and our next board, let me tell you something, Andy. I didn't fight to see we get rid of Rowley and Inboth and them with the corruption. And I want to be strongly stay on course that this government had to try and put a dent into corruption. Because we have too much money, we poor people suffering, didn't have a good home, we medical run down, we have a good medical, we have a good education. Let me tell you something that Trinidad and Tobago. Me and sitting idly by and see a new government come into power, and in Newman George and all of them in had to answer for the mismanagement of the public person. And I calling on Mr. Lee, I calling on Anil Roberts this morning. I want all you to stop that company with down in the HDC there when Newman George open. We're selling house, collecting money, AGC not getting the interest. And listen to this. This thing has to stop immediately, you know. I am not saying idly.
You organize a meeting for we to go and meet with one of those ministers and then, my brother? Because I would like that to be dealt with immediate effect.
Yeah, because Andy, let me tell you something. Like since I small, I hear about horror and corruption. You know, lo and behold, when I reach in Canada, they're showing. I went for medical thing because here, when you go in the hospital here, instead of you get well, you're dying because they short staff. They ain't have nurse. They ain't have medicine. They build a new hospital in Arima. My wife went there. Instead of she get better, she get some kind of, what they call it, bed with hospital ammonia. You see this stupidness, boy? And people just ignoring, you're paying VAT, paying tax, you're paying this, you're paying that. And when you're done and you go in the private place with the same set of doctors, it's a big set of money. People who have no money dying in this country. It's time to stop. And I know Camilla will do something, but the people who are wrong, she are calling on all you. Don't make that mistake wrong, this new prime minister. What you do she the last time, you know, because not everybody. I come right now, like the general in Africa, we're looking to save my country, you know. All you have a nice day, boy, and the nice here in your Lennox. I miss you, I miss my and all you Trinidad and Tobago and the ground report people, especially the short man Macano and all my supporters who know where Malcolm X stand for, and all who want to criticize me, I leave them to God because God will have me here for a purpose.
I won't lie, nice Malcolm, day. Before you go, you're singing very, very, very healthy and well taken care of in a better healthcare system, that you will like that healthcare system, to Trinidad and Tobago healthcare system, to be like the healthcare system. You went and you're singing very, very healthy, man.
Well, hey, Andy, let me tell you something now. If you see in Canada all who is citizens, you see like how we pay in health surcharge here. Just imagine in Canada, everybody who dares a citizen have a health card. Them getting free everything, you know, dentist thing, this thing, that thing, everything. And we here, the corruption, like, boy, that fella, Rahel and all of them, boy, calling them, boy. All of them fellas fix themselves, boy. When they could have fixed people in this country with a better health system and have a set of wickedness. I calling on this government again, all your 2 years, 3 years, any year. But I want to see people start to get locked up to answer for the mismanagement and the corruption. And if you see that building in Canada, where a big politician put up, if you see the ones in Panama where they put up, boy, people carry me to show me because they say they be listening to the program, boy, man, come and pick me up to carry me and show me certain things. And I live in here. And then people outside, they say, look at all your money, boy. We could be, listen, Andy, this country could be plenty better than how it is, you know. You ain't see the little black boy there, the young general in Africa. They're fighting he down because he out to uplift the people. Eh? Boy, let me tell all you something, boy. Trinidad, not everybody sleeping, boy. And all who want to stay, corruption, we might be able to stop it. But we have to put a dent in it and set an example. I want Newman George Company immediately to be investigating, and that interest money, that way we want to know where it's going. We want to know where money going on fixed deposit he say he was put in. I have inside information from a Miss, we always call them Miss Blower and all them stupid name me on that. I want to see that because the workers, they still 20 years, people working, and there's contract workers. It's our workers will retire and they can't get their money. It's a lot of the work outside there, they can't get material. This country need better than that, boy. And I call him on Mr. Lee immediately, you know. Immediately. I want you call a meeting and deal with that and let Newman George have to investigate. He and his partner we had it, we're still running the place like if he is a managing director. He moving like he's the general manager too, you know. And driving all kind of big car and all kind of big thing. Boy, let me tell all you something, boy. All you feel God sleeping or what? I go on, boy.
Thank you very much. Well, boys, 10 minutes to the hour. Wow, no voice notes ain't get to play, boy. The people might be hungry, boy. Oh, God. What? Let me go through and see what voice notes. Oh, God, Miss Roadbrook and all might be calling. Send message, Miss Santa Cruz. Everybody might be send message, boy. What, but this morning, the pack, and you see, unexpected too, eh? Unexpectedly, two big ministers we had on the program, they unexpectedly. Well, we wasn't expecting to have it today, but only see going. All right, let me go through and see what voice notes I could play, how much I could play. By the meanwhile. Wow. Wow. Wow.
And you know, Andy, Penny was like a little church mouse in the parliament. I don't know what she came there for. She sat down for the entire thing when about 8:30. She get up and she walk out. What it is wrong with her? Some her tongue? That she couldn't talk, she couldn't say anything? And all those in that opposition side, there was like a pack of school children getting on.
All of them was like a pack of?
Booing and laughing and, oh my God, what a mess, what a mess. I think it's time for them to pack up and get out completely out of government, out of parliament. You know, because if I was them, I'd be ashamed to come in parliament. I would put a bag over my head. Yeah, I would be ashamed for all what they did and what they did to this country and the people. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Andy, what you were saying there, I agree with you 100%. I always say the boot camp is the better thing for these children. Because they will learn discipline here. They will learn discipline. If you're not learning discipline home, you go learn it there for sure. So I agree with you and I keep saying it over and over. Boot camp is the better thing for them. Since Pandey days, I keep saying that and he do that and he did it and it worked.
Nice.
Andy, good morning. What did you do with Farris and Pickles? And Beckles? He had meetings Saturday in San Fernando. And they only preaching one thing, that the government going to fire URP and CPP workers, CPP workers. Huh? They have nothing better to preach to the people? Were they trying to fear any people? Huh? You think you can like PNM and PNM was the government, close down everybody all over and firing people? You know? Beckles had nothing to talk again about? You know, talking about once that crap whole time. She should be ashamed. Because she sit down there for 10 years and then do nothing what Rolly was doing. All them. So they're wasting time. All they're trying to do is still fear any people. But people smarter than that.
Good morning, Andy. Lower Santa Cruz here. Andy, I know that you and Mikey and
Lennox.
The other guy, I forget, Lennox, have a lot of influence, especially Lennox, have a lot of influence in the government. Andy, try and see if Lennox could talk to the Minister of Homeland Security to bring back a flying squad. The flying squad wasn't easy, Andy, in them time. Crime was at the lowest, Andy. And then Auntie Kamala, I like what she doing. She going at them and everything to get in the treasury and everything. And you and Lennox and Mikey, or the other guy, all helping fight. You understand? A very good work all you're doing, Andy. Keep it up. Andy, you and the ground crew, all the best are the best with the health and everything. And the government really working. Now, I got senior citizen, I born 12 years before independence when Eric William was a premier, you know, and this PNM mash up the country and mess you up. So you all have a good day and all the best of the best.
Andy, morning. This is Krishna here. Lennox and Mickie K, good morning. I want to say now, Andy, boy, since weekend gone, boy, we have no water, boy, in Pinto Road or Rima, boy. Here now, I know my new government now sit down and get into work now, but I want to tell the minister, Barry Paradat, we ain't getting no water, boy. Past Father's Day, all them days without water. See, we could do now, like, all water for you, please, now, boy. Pinto Road or Rima. Yeah, Andy, locked on.
Andy, good morning again to you, Mikey, Lennox, and to everybody. Why it is that Minister Marco Marsha didn't go and help the lady in Bagatelle with the overflowing sewer system, and she went up against Hans Devines? She had to walk all day. She had to see the problems that the people were having. Why she don't make herself useful and do something that can help the people. Instead of you sitting down there with your binoculars, only spying on Kamala. The Prime Minister in that time with you, woman, you're irrelevant. Go and help the people in Bacatel with that overflowing sewer system.
Yes, yes.
You worse than what is flowing out outside there in that in the road. I don't know what is wrong with her, you know. And you know what was hurtful? She campaigned all day. She campaigned all day and she didn't see that. I don't know what fine example she's setting for her 2 girl children. I don't know. Thanks a lot, Andy. Andy, good morning again to you, Mickie, Lennox, and to everybody out here. Andy, you know some people are just a nuisance. Keyboard warriors without a sense. We have here on the chat somebody called Firebird. I don't know if I think that's Madras. Coming to talk that Lennox ideas are convoluted. Where are her ideas? And then in the next breath, we have to pull in the UNC because they're traveling extensively. I wonder what grade she's smoking. No, I had to say something. So Andy, where you see them traveling?
She's smoking something.
The people that in the office in too much, you see them traveling somewhere. You see, Andy, some people just want to talk for talking's sake. We have a social problem with children in this country. And instead of people coming to talk, put an idea out there, right? It's a sort of rambling and babbling, making no sense whatsoever. I don't know if they're looking for importance, what it is they're looking for. You coming to talk about Lennox ideas convoluted. I find Lennox, they're all good ideas. And one of the things I agree with is, Andy and I always maintain it, we need a boot camp for these children. But you see, Lennox, being a teacher, a former teacher, right? Lennox ideas will be different to our own. They always try to reach out to the children first and as a last resort, but no, now it's water more than flour. And when you have people coming and condemning everything that is being said, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? Some of them, I don't know why just people don't just zip it. Zip it. Because all you're opening all your mouth and you're removing all doubts. And Andy, let me tell you something here. And next thing they have to do. While I'm here, let me say it. Krishna Dogavek said this is good contribution. They have to monitor those places that they put in them very, very good. Because you remember years ago, we had the St. Michael's School for Boys, also known as the Boys Industrial School in Diego Martin, right? Where it was reported in the SABGA report and the Judy Jones report that the children were being, I wonder if I could say the word, pimped out, right? For weekends and so. It's in the report. It's in the report. And the abuse that went on with those children. And one of the homes where Daniel and Fans were escaped from, and they revealed it in the Judy Jones report before they were killed. They have to monitor them good. And as you rightly say, Andy, some of them will come out for a weekend, a day or two, smoke their stuff, and they want to go back. No, you can't have it. So they have to, it's like rehab. It is like rehab. You leave them inside a day until you know. And when they are finishing it, I think, this is my opinion, send them into the army or some one of the services. Send them there. Because by then, all you must have a progress report on these people. And I think the army is the better place because they are more strict with discipline. Right? And something has to be done. Something has to be done. We are not going to just sit down here and bash Lennox, bash the government, bash this one, bash that one, and not give an idea, put forward something to help these children. Thanks a lot, Andy.
Nice. Trinidad and Tobago, it's exactly 1 minute, and I want to lock off when Gael is locking off. So it's exactly 1 minute to the hour of 10 o'clock. Don't forget tonight, or whatever voice notes I didn't play, I'll play tomorrow morning. Please God for each and every one of you. We had 2 wonderful interviews with 2 honorable MPs and ministers in the ministries of energy and in the ministry of Public Utilities, and the 2 MPs, well, MP for Point Fortin and the MP for Labrie. Fantastic interviews we made with them this morning. All right, very good, very good. So don't forget tonight, Lennox Smith Corridor Transformation, you all lock on from 8 o'clock. All right, don't forget that. For those of you that we didn't get to play your voice notes, it will be played tomorrow morning. Please go out early when the program starts while we're going through all the headliners and stuff. You all could have choose anywhere else to lock on, but you all choose Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, the Caribbean, to lock on to the Ground Report program. And for those of you that look on to us on the various social media program or platforms, you all could have choose any other platform, but you all choose to look on to us here on the Ground Report. Thanks so much. Until tomorrow morning, please God. Yes, until tomorrow morning, please God. On behalf of the Ground Report team, I'm Andy Williams, better known as the Pitbull of Radio. We are out of here. Bye. I want to leave it so because I want to shut it down to save some things. I want to have here kind of save in that position there. So I'll leave the screen on to shut it down in order to save this in this position. That is how I want it to save. So bye-bye Trinidad and Tobago. Bye-bye to all of you on social media. Bye.